3, 2, 1. Yo, everyone. Welcome to Filmmaker Mike and the boys. Joining me for tonight's episode is Sequestered Jester.
Hey, everybody.
Pinhead.
What's up, my baby cakes?
And Kuya.
Raisins and empanada sucks balls.
That's very nice.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of raisins either, but all right.
So, all right. We're kicking things off tonight with coming off the coattails of our WandaVision episode review. We've got some potential WandaVision news. Well, not potential news, but potential spin-off show.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, believe it or not, we've got, this is from ScreenRant.com, and we've got Jimmy Woo X-Files style spin-off show already being pitched to Marvel. The viral idea for an X-Files style WandaVision spin-off starring Jimmy Woo, aka Randall Park, is already going to be officially pitched to Marvel. This is written by Cooper Hood. Let's see. So Jimmy Woo's appearance in WandaVision episode 4 went over well with viewers. His quippy one-liners, care for Dr. Darcy Lewis, Kat Dennings, and newfound proficiency in sleight-of-hand magic tricks resulted in audiences demanding more. This included a call from social media for Jimmy Woo to get a spin-off show of his own. Several ideas were tossed around between fans, but the most popular viral suggestion came from actor-director Stephen Ford, who proposed a spin-off in X-Files vein where Jimmy Woo and company investigate other weird cases after the Westview anomaly. While many filed this pitch away as nothing more than a great internet idea that wouldn't happen, it appears that Marvel Studios is listening.
And in other news, the mailman we saw in the last episode is also getting his own spin-off show. It will be just as bad as this one.
Wow.
Back
The
to
hate.
you.
The hate. The
So
hate.
dumb, dude. Why are we?
Why is it dumb? Why is it dumb? Please elaborate.
Because he's a side character. Why does every side character in Marvel have to have his or her own show? It's just why?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Why does Boba Fett matter?
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
And it's shut down. The conversation is shut down right there.
Yep. You beat me. You got me. Fair enough. Okay.
Boba Fett coming
I
December
lose.
2021.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Wow.
I'm just asking the question because, I'm not.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I know. You got me. Okay.
Beautiful.
You got me.
Beautiful.
But again, if they're gonna do the X-Files stuff, then they should put in other stuff, because Jimmy Woo, if he goes up against superpowered beings or something like that, he's gonna be screwed, right? So put in Jessica Jones with or Luke Cage or something, something like one of those minor characters.
Hmm.
How about an army of fucking sword agents behind him?
Like he's going up against the Hand or something, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. And then there's a cameo of Black Widow and or the new Black Widow.
Yeah.
And whatchamacallit, Wolverine, because it involves the Hand. So
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
So it would be interesting in that sense, but
yeah.
I understand your sentiments, Jester. Again, he's just an MCU character. There's no basis in Marvel lore that he.
No, I know, but I'm using your argument against me to your advantage here. The reason why he's getting it is because people like him.
Yeah.
And the same thing for Boba Fett. People like him, so that's why he got it. So yeah, who am I to say anything?
No. I was just again, if this pans out, it might be a good one season. It might be the most successful fucking Disney or Marvel series on Disney Plus.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be anything. Because Randall Park is a good actor. He's not that, he's not really that bad. He plays the straight guy, the deadpan humor like pretty well.
Yeah.
So there could be an Ant-Man sighting in that sense, right?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they're essentially friends.
Yeah.
So he taught him his magic trick.
Yeah. But to Jester's point, not right now.
Well, it's gonna
uh,
take some time, if
oh yeah,
anything.
phase 4 is set. Phase 5 is pretty much set. Excuse me, empanadas. But
Mhm.
yeah, just let it be for now. If there's a good script and everybody's all in for it, then that's fine. You
Yeah,
know,
and
I
that's
like
why.
do I really want to see Darcy's a Darcy series? No,
No.
Well,
not really.
that's why you include Darcy with Jimmy Woo in that show.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's the only way it will
and
work
then
because
she works
otherwise it's Darcy.
part time as a waitress in New York, right? With another blonde. Is that
And
right?
Uh,
the speculation is we got Agents of Shield, so now we can get Agents of Sword. And that's where you
Ah,
put Jimmy Woo and
yeah, but
Darcy
he's
Lewis.
FBI though. That's the thing.
Well, he could now be graduated to an Agent of Sword. Why not, right?
True.
So
Or he could
there
be the
you go,
director. He could
Jester.
be the it could be the director of Sword now because we know the bad guy is that douchebag fucking what's his name?
The director is Mephisto. I mean, Tyler.
Oh
Common
spoiler
speculation. Spoilers.
spoilers!
Oh shit! Instagram Live.
Oh my God! Spoilers! Oh.
So, some of the speculation is that the director of Sword could be Mephisto. Oh, who knows? Who
Mm.
Hey,
knows?
you never know.
When the light was flashing, the red light was flashing on him.
He
Who
does look like the
knows?
fucking devil.
So we're on Instagram Live, and ToyPix_Z commented and said, "The boys," and he asked the question.
Oh, the boys didn't get nominated for a fucking Emmy. I have a bone to pick.
Of course it didn't.
Yeah, hold on. Instagram Live. ToyPix_Z asked the question, what do you think Doctor Strange is doing right now?
Masturbating.
Huh?
I know
Like
there.
this? Is he
Hey,
doing this?
there's probably like 14,599,005
Oh
or and
my
one
gosh, dude. What
Oh
the
my
hell, dude?
ways of doing that stuff.
Well, when he was learning the sling ring,
I know he was doing this.
you got some good hand movements there. So
It is a simple spell, but quite unbreakable, right? We've all done
Oh
it.
hell yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what he's probably just like. He's probably just like maybe I shouldn't have done this to Tony Stark because he got it the wrong way. Like,
Oh
Because
my
he-
gosh.
memes. where
no. It's like look.
Tony Stark
It means to look up, and then
Yeah, look up,
there's
or
like a
fly
fucking
up,
fly up or something, right?
and then Tony
Wow.
like, no.
Oh, this is the one.
Oh
Oh.
my god, so bad, so bad. But yeah, hey, and that's the thing. Like right now with WandaVision, yes, Wanda and Vision are the main focus of the show, but then you've got all these other characters, and then when you've got people reacting to Jimmy Woo and Darcy Lewis. I mean, who would have thought that we would have ever? I mean, I'm sure even Kat Dennings thought after Thor: The Dark World, she was done, right? She was done with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and so was Natalie Portman. But look at where we're at now. So yes, Kuya.
No, I thought it was gonna happen because
Oh yeah.
Marvel's predictable as hell.
Oh come on.
Oh,
You didn't think
yeah.
that was it. No one thought that we were ever gonna
Thor was a good. It was a great series. I don't know why people think like fucking like it's like horrible. Like, and this is the issue I have. Like the script was great. It was perfect for the way Thor was because Thor was like a boring ass character, and ye this and thy that and thine this and all that stuff, right? And then like yeah, even Ragnarok was somewhat entertaining. So I don't understand why they're not gonna bring him back because they're not dead.
Right.
I'm sure we're gonna see Darcy in Love and Thunder if I'm not mistaken.
That would be cool.
Oh.
Well, yeah, because we're getting Jane Foster back, so why not, right?
Yeah, she might be at the end scene with the spoilers
Yep.
at the end scene of Thor: Love and Thunder. I don't know.
Yeah. So we shall see. All right. So moving on, we're moving on with Tom Holland and a little movie called Spider-Man 3. This is from Variety.com. Tom Holland is pretty much calling Spider-Man 3, quote, the most ambitious standalone superhero movie ever made. So my question is it truly standalone, or will it be lots of heroes standing alongside with him and other characters in a multiverse of Spider-Man, a Spider-Verse? So I don't know. I mean, he's saying that it's a standalone superhero movie, but we'll find out soon enough how many characters are going to be standing alongside with him.
I want to say 5.
Huh?
I want to say 5.
Speaking of which, connecting to the next article from ScreenRant.com, Willem Dafoe reportedly seen on set of Spider-Man 3.
Yep.
So
he was a good bad guy.
Yeah,
they need a goblin.
the one and only Green Goblin.
Can I go on record in saying something?
Go ahead.
I said this before. Fuck Spider-Man.
Oh, come on.
Get out of here, dog. Get out of here.
Come on, Pinhead. You got to love the Spidey.
Fuck him.
I can see his point. Like, to be honest with you,
You know,
I'm getting tired of, like, just like how, like, I don't understand why there's a mentor person in this fucking
okay.
movie.
So now that you bring it up, I was just thinking about it. It's like we're connecting here with the Force or something.
Yeah.
The reason why Doctor Strange would be there, because the multiverse, baby. So if we're getting Andrew Garfield, Spidey, and Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange is there to explain to, or probably like help, like heal the rift or whatever, connect the multiverses, and then you are gonna get the villains of the other Spidey.
Yeah, the Sinister Six. It's
So
gonna be the Sinister Six saga. So in the comic books, Spider-Man took on the Sinister Six by himself.
All right.
Right.
He didn't need Doctor Strange.
well,
He didn't
I
need,
will. I will go on full disclosure because I didn't go with the controversial fuck Spider-Man. I will say full disclosure. If it was Spider-Man 2099, then we could talk another story.
ooh,
Other than that, fuck.
we're getting Spider-Man 2099 in Spider-Verse 2
Yeah.
next year,
I'm talking about live act.
voiced by the one and only Oscar Isaac.
I don't give a fuck about that. I'm talking about live action Spider-Man 2099. I don't give a fuck
Well,
about.
Right now, I mean, you're stuck with, stuck with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
I know. That's why I say
And Tom Holland.
fuck Spider-Man.
So
for a standalone movie, that such an ensemble cast, huh?
oh
it
yeah,
fucking-
it's a
It
big
fucking
cast.
beats like Ocean's 11 with all of the fucking big names in this.
It's
fucking
huge. So ToyPix_Z says, I have a feeling Wanda is gonna bring in the other Spider-Man villains from the Sony universe. So
That's interesting. That's a big possibility.
yeah.
Venom included.
Who?
Venom included.
I'm not sure. We
thing.
shall
Yeah,
see.
it didn't make $1 billion, so I don't think Disney or MCU would be interested in Venom.
Oh, but it made a
Well,
bunch
but
of
that's
money.
part of the Sony universe. I'm sorry, but that's
I know,
part of the
but
Sony
you know, it didn't make money, so like they can't use them.
Last I heard, they wanted to bring Tom Holland into the Venom sequel.
That's what I heard too.
Let There Be Carnage, which we should be getting a trailer or a new spot for tomorrow at the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
So we shall see.
Yeah, they said there's like a bunch of Marvel
Yeah.
things
So I think it's
happening.
gonna be. They're saying it's gonna be Falcon and Winter Soldier. We're gonna get something from Black Widow, and I forgot the other. I forgot the other movie or
Fucking
show. Loki, the Loki series
Black Widow.
as well.
Jesus.
So there you go. And then yeah, so we if you didn't notice, we got a bunch of Marvel, and then we got a break in between, and then we got a bunch of DC. So next up in Marvel is Black Panther, Kingdom of Wakanda. They are
It's a TV
developing a
series.
live action series based on Wakanda, and who this will focus on is unsure just yet. But it says here Ryan Coogler is the statement was from Chairman Bob Iger for Disney Executive, that little company called Disney. Ryan
Who's that?
Coogler is a singular storyteller whose vision and range have made him one of the standout filmmakers of his generation. With Black Panther, Ryan brought a groundbreaking story and iconic characters to life in a real, meaningful, and memorable way, creating a watershed cultural moment. We're thrilled to strengthen our relationship and look forward to telling more great stories with Ryan and his team. So, a lot of people are speculating that this will connect with Black Panther 2, but then Black Panther 2 is also supposed to start filming this year.
You think they're gonna cancel Black Panther 2 and concentrate on the series?
Maybe. But I mean, who knows? Because right now, if you didn't notice, yeah, Black Panther 2 is scheduled to hit theaters on July 8th, 2022. So, as far as we know, or it might be a series based after Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
So, and then Toy Pixie says, um, thoughts on Shuri taking the mantle of Black Panther or Killmonger or some Joe coming back to life?
I've heard of that. Remember, Mike, we were talking about this.
Yeah.
Um, the theory might be is just because of the fact that Chadwick is dead and he can't nobody can play T'Challa anymore. That T'Challa in his benevolence saw the goodness in Killmonger and made him as a like a in case something happens to T'Challa and in case nobody can take the seat of Wakanda, that somebody with the Wakandan technology bring his ass back to life, and like with the changed personality or like whatever the anger, whatever the thing is, what I'm talking about. Like it's kind of like a redemption arc for Killmonger in a sense. And then at the mantle, like then he takes on the mantle as the next Black Panther and all that shit. Um, a lot of people have been tweeting Michael B. Jordan to do that, and he's very kind of saying like if somebody if the creators of the show or of the movie says that and the script is good, I'm all in for it. But I don't think it's he's a I don't think that's a viable thing, because just because like it should be Shuri,
Yep.
because
It really should. It really should, because that scenario undermines everything
yeah.
in Black Panther 1, and it takes away a lot of the story. Let that beautiful, beautiful Queen Shuri take over. Like, seriously. There's no
Yeah.
reason, like,
I
that's the logical sense to go for. Like, let her do her business.
Yep. I don't have a problem with Shuri becoming the Black Panther because it was in the comics. It was there. Um, if they do, and and because of the popularity of Michael B. Jordan as an actor, as a person, and how the people reacted to his character as Killmonger, because they thought he was a protagonist too, because in a sense he made a lot of sense.
Yeah, he did.
and so this might be like a redemption arc in that sense that, like, he instead of like destroying the colonizers and all the shit that all the people that oppressed the his people, he's gonna help them figure it out and like do it the way T'Challa wanted, in a sense.
Let
So
the universe be right. Let us all get what we want. Let Shuri be
yeah,
the new Black Panther, and let Michael B. Jordan go on to Creed 3. That's what that'll make the universe perfect.
There you go. Yeah, I don't
Oh.
like. I don't.
I
like
don't
the
need
idea
him as Killmonger.
of,
Creed 3.
I don't like the idea of resurrection and redemption. That's
Yeah.
bullshit. That's like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we're gonna make Man of Steel 2. But remember General Zod? Oh, he's gonna be the hero now. He's gonna love. He's gonna be the Superman now.
Mhm.
oh, remember that guy that killed Han Solo? Remember that guy? Now he's a good guy. Get the
And
fuck
that
out of
all
here with
goes
that.
and that all goes back to my point. It undermines the previous story arc.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
Right. I would love to see. I mean, that first Black Panther movie was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
And
it was.
how awesome would it be to have the sequel be as big as that first film and have Shuri take on the mantle?
Exactly.
And
That's
like,
how you do it.
Right.
and then
you had,
like, you do the
you
rah
had
rah.
we're so excited with that first Black Panther movie, and then
And
I mean the female characters in Black Panther were also very powerful and strong.
Strong, yeah, exactly.
Now
exactly.
to fully embrace Black Panther, and now little girls are going to be like, I'm Black Panther.
Exactly.
And then they say
Young
Wakanda
black
forever.
little
Yeah.
girls across the country can finally come forward and go, now we can see ourselves in a big budget blockbuster, and that opens the floodgates, and that's the way it should be.
Right.
So
to be honest
Shuri
with you,
is the way it should go. I'm
As
sorry.
long as Letitia Wright ain't going cuckoo all over social media.
hey, who cares about that shit, man? That's the if she can act the Shuri's part, like fuck the people that she has every right to say whatever the hell she wants. I don't have
And
any issues with that.
not for nothing, when the white woman does that shit, no one bats an eye. So
Yeah, she still
Right,
plays Mira.
right.
She still plays
because
Mira.
there's a lot of cuckoos out there that no one said anything about in the white division, and
Right.
not to make it racial, but they don't say nothing about that. So let's not go down that road.
Well, I get that. And I'm all for people having their own opinions. But if you start sharing information that's hasn't been proven, then you're going down a deep path.
And I get that.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and I get that, and that's where certain people, certain publicists, and need to step in. But it doesn't mean that that person should be completely written off altogether.
right.
Yeah.
But then that's why, I think that's something that a lot of these people, especially these celebrities, these actors, have to learn. Like, yes, you can have your own opinion. You can, whatever.
Back it up with facts.
But with that, exactly, with that, as Ben told Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. You have this large platform. You're a household name. You have all these people, these eyes, especially now with social media, looking at what you're tweeting and what you're saying, what you're posting. Well, you got to be careful with what you post, because either way, yes, it's gonna go either. Like, people will have their own opinions, but then you also have to make sure what you're sharing is legitimate information, and it's not just cuckoo, stuff or whatever. Because I mean, essentially, these actors, especially with the franchise, Disney owns. Disney's the head honcho here, Kevin Feige. Keeping everyone in check. But then, sooner or later, like, you hear these things happening here and there, and then what? Like, the fans already, there's no doubt that the fans already love these characters, and even in turn these actors. Like, we think of these actors as they're the characters, but they're not. They're just playing a role. They're just playing a character. But then, to little kids don't see any different. Little kids see Captain America and Black Panther. You know, for us, we can make the distinction, but then for little kids,
Yeah, and that's why parenting is important. Fucking let the parents know. Hey, tell the kids these guys are actors. They're playing a part. That doesn't mean like they're bad people when they say something.
right?
Don't
So
don't be but again, you know, Disney and Marvel would be fucking stupid if Shuri isn't the Black Panther. They would make $1 billion just like that. Thanos shit.
I don't know
Easy.
about that $1 billion anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
Neither do I.
Speaking of which,
no. If all of these things are done and we're back to like not normal, but like when we're back to like going into theaters and all that stuff, they're gonna make a shitload of money. Let's just say that.
so all
That's
right.
this is the first time in when was the last time there was a black female superhero? What Storm?
Yeah, but she didn't
But
really
not
do
really,
much
right?
of a movie.
We're,
What Catwoman? But that's a horrible movie. So we can't.
That's because it wasn't Michelle Pfeiffer. That's why.
I mean, I as much as I love Halle Berry and
Foxy Brown.
yeah, that was the last like 1970s, right?
Yeah.
That was the last time there was a black super heroine. So
Yep.
yeah, God bless Pam Grier.
Yep. Amen.
Good
All
Lord,
righty.
Pam Grier.
So moving on. Speaking of the $1 billion box office,
Woo.
this one is from Insider.com. So it says the $1 billion box office movie is dead for now.
Wow.
Of course.
So
For now, is dead.
as
dead for now.
Superman told Batman and BVS, the bat is dead. Bury it. So
Excuse me. Hold on, real quick. Newsflash. It's dead forever. Sorry. It's dead forever.
wow.
It's dead forever.
Okay.
Sorry.
This is written by Kirsten Acuna. Movies such as Fast and Furious 9, Avatar 2, and the Spider-Man flick may help the box office rebound. Because of the pandemic, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker will likely be the last movie to cross $1 billion for some time. Yet IMAX CEO Richard Gelfond said a film could hit that threshold this year if enough people were vaccinated.
Oh, here we go.
Films like Spider-Man 3 or Avatar 2 could reach billion-dollar status when they premiere. So it says here, the coronavirus pandemic upended the box office last year. Theatrical releases were delayed or pushed back. Some films, including Pixar's Soul and Disney's Mulan, were sent to streaming, while others, such as My Spy and Coming to America, were sold to streamers. Warner Brothers went a different route altogether, deciding to release its entire theatrical slate simultaneously on HBO Max. In a year when there should have been at least a few billion-dollar movies after a record-breaking 2019, we didn't wind up with a single movie crossing $500 million. The closest we came was Bad Boys for Life at $426.5 million, and the Chinese film The 800, the highest grossing movie of 2020 with $461.3 million. The last time a movie failed to cross $1 billion was in 2007, which I'm curious now. There's a link. What movie was that? I'm trying to see. Come on, load it. And this is now, it's bringing me to Box Office Mojo.
The Dark Knight.
No, 2007. The number one movie for 2007 was Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End with $960 million. So about 40 million short, hitting $1 billion. So imagine that.
Once again, like I said, the era is dead.
So it says here, still, it's a milestone so rare that only 47 movies have ever achieved it. So that's interesting. Industry experts said that the box office slump was temporary, and another movie would cross that threshold again. It'll just take time. Yeah, you think? Herd immunity and a mammoth movie. So now that'll be interesting. That next movie that hits $1 billion, because
Yeah,
that's really gonna-
how about a 4-hour Justice League movie? Directed
Uh,
by Zack Snyder, re-released.
in theory it'd be great, but
Wishful thinking.
without movie theaters open in large markets like New York and LA, and we don't have a theatrical release yet for Zack Snyder's Justice League, so who knows?
You know,
But yeah,
I was just like, it was a wishful thinking.
Exactly. You're the king of wishful thinking, as the Go West song goes.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
ass song.
so it says here,
It is, too.
if something was #1 for the weekend in North America, it became an easy marketing tool to help get more viewers into theaters the next weekend. But when theaters are closed worldwide, including 60% in the US and Canada, and others operating at 25% capacity, we're not getting the same box office reports weekly. So, yep. Looking through here. Yeah, it's just really fascinating that, it says here, well, we could have $1 billion movie this year, but not from Warner Brothers, because of course they're releasing their day and date with HBO Max and in theaters. So it says here, WB could still have a pretty big year with its slate, including The Suicide Squad, Matrix 4, and Dune. So yeah, it's just really fascinating. But then again, with Wonder Woman, when it released last December, they were reporting around 17 plus million signed up for HBO Max.
Yep.
So that's the beginning of it. And then with this month, we're getting Judas and the Black Messiah and Tom and Jerry on HBO Max.
That's gonna be a good ass movie, by the way.
It doesn't matter. The next big hype, if it comes, will not come until Kong versus Godzilla. That's because no one cares about Tom and Jerry.
I do.
Well,
except for the families
with kids. I care about Tom and Jerry because it's going to be something new to rotate the kids around watching.
You know what? Tom and Jerry was innovative, and it shows restraint.
I get that.
And it shows friendship.
I get that, and I understand that, but the huge hike we're talking about, the Wonder Woman hike will come with Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah, it's gonna do that, and then
come on,
and
this is no brainer.
Yep.
So Kong versus Godzilla, and then or Godzilla versus Kong, and then Dune. It should be the next big hype.
Dune ain't doing shit.
You don't think so?
I'm sorry, Dune is gonna be a tight niche. It's gonna do good, but it's not gonna do the numbers that Warner Brothers thinks it's gonna do.
So here's my question. Would you rather they still release it this year, or would you rather they wait till next year?
I would much rather they wait until next year. And this is the reason why. Because we have a much more, we don't know, but we have a better outcome next year, maybe.
Yeah.
Considering gauging the vaccinations and all the stuff. We have a much better gauge of next year than because you guys have already pushed it back this far.
Right.
You might as well push it to either to the point. So what you're doing, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I get it. You want to get the maximum amount of eyeballs in that theater for this film. You should, because it's an epic. I get it. Then that means you need to push it back next year, because this year is not going to get what I'm telling you. even in October, even if all the vaccinations got out and everything, people are still going to be tiptoeing to go there, and their first dollar is not going to be to an IP they don't really know anything about. It's going to go to the dollar that's the biggest name on the marquee. And it ain't Dune. I'm sorry, it just ain't Dune. And I love Dune. This is coming from the guy who loves Dune, but it ain't coming from Dune. I'm sorry. That's the facts. That's the mathematic facts. Dune will not make that money.
Right. So, yeah, we will continue to look and see. By the way, this was like a really short notice, but we found out from IMAX and then Cinemark that they are releasing the 4K versions of the Lord of the Rings trilogy in theaters right now.
That makes me wet.
Oh, 4K
So
means
moist.
hey, 4K means we get to see Arwen's titties finally, right?
I
Dude.
don't care.
What the hell? Every time Lord of the Rings comes up.
Come and claim him.
It's tradition.
Oh my gosh. You guys are killing me over here.
It's tradition at this point.
Hey, you know what? I can't
But
wait.
on this
I
subject,
can't wait. I can't wait for these young kiddies to see what movies were like before they were, like you said, Jester, you didn't see them in the movie theaters, right?
I didn't, and I will be going.
Oh man,
If I can, I will be going.
that's why I
I
want
got
this
bad
to
news
happen.
for you. It's
No.
not playing locally.
Oh,
New York, LA.
The closest one was like Utah, and I'm like,
what the hell?
Go to Utah then, dude. It's like the next.
I can't afford that.
The next state over.
Then you can walk
Start walking right now.
like they do in the trilogy.
Maybe
As-
I'll hook up with the Mormons out there. They can give me a ride or something.
As
No, you guys can form your own fellowship to fucking go watch it.
As I'm
Who's
walking
gonna wear the
across.
cock ring?
To see the Lord of the Rings, Mr. Packins.
didn't they talk
Who's gonna
about
wear the
that
cock
in,
ring?
Didn't
Oh
they
my
talk about that in Clerks too?
Oh Sam, oh Sam,
It'll probably be you.
Mr. Frodo, Mr. Frodo.
I'm so
Yeah.
bummed about that. That
I'm
bummed
really
me out.
surprised because well, for IMAX, I think they're only doing true to IMAX like format, which the one we have here in Sparks is IMAX, but it's not the IMAX like actual.
Not the big fucking IMAX thing.
Yeah, it's not like that.
the seats are almost vertical, right?
Yeah.
That's the one that you're talking about.
Yeah, because I
Come on, man.
remember whenever Christopher Nolan releases an IMAX film in 70 millimeters, we don't have that at 70 millimeter IMAX like projection here. The nearest one is like San Francisco. So I'm assuming, but then I don't know if San Francisco even has their IMAX or theaters open right now. But yeah, I'm surprised.
Don't you go to Sacramento, Mike, for stuff?
We haven't been.
No, but like, is it there for? Do you go there for movies, or do you just go there just because the IKEA was there?
We just go there for Jollibee and Seafood City and
IKEA.
when we do Filipino Asian groceries.
Okay.
And IKEA. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Cinemark also announced that they have it, but then they're not playing it locally.
Come on.
What I'm hoping is that it's a slow rollout, that they eventually will play this in other locations.
Yeah.
But you know what the next best thing to do is to contact Cinemark and let them know, like, yo,
Exactly.
we want to see Lord of the Rings in this theater here in this city. Let them know. So
Mike,
yeah.
how about you use your clout and fucking at Patty Jenkins?
Clout.
My clout. Oh
No,
yeah.
you
doesn't
at
have-
Patty Jenkins and Cinemark.
Patty
and
Jenkins
tell 'em-
doesn't give a shit about Lord of the Rings. Like,
Hey,
why?
Patty Jenkins responded to you. So if you get Patty Jenkins' name to like fucking retweet or something like that, Cinemark would take that into consideration, bro.
Oh yeah.
Come on,
I'm gonna connect Wonder Woman 84 and Lord of the Rings.
hey, you never know.
I mean, should I do
They're
my sob story of like, Cinemark, I've never seen them in the theaters before. Please, please.
Yeah.
And like, we'll let you see it on one condition. You're gonna see Arwen's titties.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That'd be funny.
And there's
That would
there's-
be the condition. And be like,
and-
fine.
yeah, but see, the problem is if I say that, then the Aerosmith band is gonna come and beat the crap out of me in the parking lot.
No,
I'm
because
saying?
she's over the age, like,
Yeah.
when she shot Lord of the Rings, bro.
Hello.
Not only that, Steven's
hard.
on live has been on life support for the last decade. So
Yeah, but I think he'd get up enough to defend his daughter at least a little
Well,
bit.
no, he
Uh,
wouldn't. He fell off the stage the last time they
He
had
exploited.
a live
He
performance.
exploited his daughter
Yeah,
with
in
those
the
videos,
music
man. Come
video
on,
with Alicia Silverstone.
those were hot videos, by the way.
Exactly. And not only that, like I said, and most recently before COVID hit, he fell off stage in his last performance. Do you really think he's taking you, unless you're made of paper mache, then
Come on.
I mean, I crumble easily under the pressure, so you know.
I know, but I'm trying to give you credit, baby girl.
Thanks, Pumpkin.
But yeah,
Appreciate
so
that.
to anyone listening, if you want to see Lord of the Rings, if you have a local Cinemark or perhaps one of those cool IMAX screens that are actually legit, authentic IMAX format, let them know. Like, hey, you got to bring Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, to this, to whatever zip code or city that you're in, so that Cinemark will or the IMAX will listen, and that they'll or also contact who owns the rights, Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema, right, which is a division
Yep.
of Warner Brothers. So
Yep.
let them know. Let them know, like, hey, we want to see the Lord of the Rings trilogy in this city, this town. We have our movie theaters open. Let us see the glory in
Yeah.
4K of
Right.
Middle Earth.
Release Arwen's titties. Hashtag. That'd be
My
funny.
gosh,
Oh
dude.
boy.
That'd be
Or
hilarious.
it should be show me the titties, precious.
What the
Hashtag
hell?
show me the titties. All right, so moving on. I'm sure everyone is aware of the outrageous GameStop surge of GameStop stock in the
Mhm.
last few weeks. It's dropped down right now, and then it's gone back up a little bit, but not as it was. But hey, you just never know nowadays. So this is from Variety.com. GameStop stock film in the works with script by Mark Bowl and Noah Centineo attached. Scott Galloway is to consult. So the stock market drama surrounding GameStop is getting the Hollywood treatment. A film
God.
version of the still unfolding social media driven financial scenario is in the works with a script by Oscar winner Mark Bowl, who wrote The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30. So what an interesting way to he wrote those films and now he's writing the GameStop stock film.
Dude, what
No.
the
I really don't want to watch a fucking movie about Reddit nerds and shit. To be honest with you.
Did you watch The Social Network?
Yes, I did.
Did you watch The Big Short?
Yes, I
Did you
did.
watch The Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes, I did.
This is in that genre. out
And I don't care
essentially
because it's
fine.
Reddit nerds, and I don't give a fuck about
Then
Reddit
don't watch
nerds.
it. I will watch it, and millions
I
of
don't.
people will
I don't
watch
care
it.
about.
'Cause
No,
you know
nobody.
what? You know
Because
what?
GameStop fucking sucks.
No, no,
I
no,
want to.
no.
I want to sell my video game, and
No.
like they give me like $5.
Oh, now they'll take it for a little bit. They'll take it for $6 now.
Yeah, fuck GameStop, man.
No, so here's why I think this is a great idea. Okay? Everyone loves an underdog story. And in this case, our underdogs are Reddit users.
Nerds.
Pretty much banded together. Yeah.
Nerds.
Like you and me and all of us in this podcast.
Nah, man.
They actually exploited a loophole in the system, which is
Yep.
pretty dang genius in my opinion. And the whole movement of quote unquote eat the rich. And like everyone loves a good underdog story. And in this case, you've got the fact that they've got an actor attached, Noah Centineo, this is showing you how serious they are about it. And you've got an Oscar winning writer who's writing this film. And
I
then
mean, is there gonna be like army violence and explosions because that guy that wrote the fucking Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30 had like some violence in this
you
motherfucker?
don't
Are we
need
gonna see some violence in this?
those kind of explosions. You're gonna see a different kind of explosion in
Okay.
in Wall Street.
In money, is that what you're saying? Like,
Exactly. So I think it's a really fascinating concept. And the one thing that the underdog story, and then you've got your protagonists, pretty much modern day Robin Hoods, who are like, let's
So does that mean Catherine Bigelow's directing this movie?
no,
Oh, then
not that I know of, not that I'm seeing.
right then.
Because those are her 2 hits that he wrote. So
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we will see. There's no director attached just yet, but the fact that you've got a writer and an actor shows that they're moving things along. I'm sure in no time there'll be a director for this. So what I'm also curious to see here. So there's been a few films out there that have been shot, that have been filmed during the pandemic, but then like, how many of us really want to watch a movie about the pandemic right now? Maybe 10 years from now, you'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that time. It's pretty crazy. Lots of things happening.
well,
The most recent movie that came out on HBO Max with Anne Hathaway and Chiwetel Ejiofor, where they're living in London and then lockdown happens, and then they decide to steal like these like diamonds or something, and they're actually filming during the pandemic. People are wearing masks. Some people that I heard like reactions from it was like, there's an interesting movie there, but they just don't want to see a movie about the pandemic. But guess what?
well,
When they make this movie, this is set in 2021 while we're still in that pandemic, but it's not exactly like showing you like, oh, it's the pandemic, but it's set around the time of the pandemic. So that I'll be interested to see a movie in. You know what I mean? Like it's not putting it in your face like, remember the pandemic? No. When I see this movie, I'm just gonna remember, oh, around the same time, we were still going through that stuff. But
and I get
you guys thought about it. Yeah, go ahead.
and I get your point 100%. You're 100% correct, Mike, because that's what we're getting with the new Zendaya film with her and Washington, the Malcolm and Mary.
Martha.
Yeah.
Right.
So because it was filmed, they specifically filmed that during the pandemic, in pandemic times, for that reason. So we'll see how it goes. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't really want to see anything that involves the pandemic at this point. Like, for crying out loud, we lived it. I'm so sick of it.
Right.
Well, this movie is, and I'm hoping that as well as we're talking about, this movie does the same. It's gonna be in pandemic times, but it's not gonna hit you over there. Well,
Exactly.
here's the pandemic.
Exactly.
Here's the pandemic. Because if that's the case, then yes, Jester, you're right. Kick fucking rocks because we lived it. We don't need to hear that shit. But if it's a story, if it's a great story or a good story, whatever, that takes place in the pandemic era, that's a different story.
Right. And that's why like that Zendaya, that upcoming Zendaya film with
I'm looking forward to it.
with John David Washington on Netflix. I'm looking forward to it as well.
Isn't it out already or
No.
If they're gonna hit me in the head with like, oh, the pandemic, then that'll take me out of it. But if they just tell me at the beginning, oh, we're just in lockdown, like, okay, now, and then you just, explore the story of these two characters and what they're going through, then
Oh, wait a minute.
You know?
Who is correct? It is out.
oh, it's already out.
right?
Yes, it is. It is out.
Oh wow.
It says February 5th. So let's I'll triple check real quick, but pretty sure it's out. Because it said February 5th. We're at the 7th right now. So
All right.
Cool. Alrighty, so moving on, we've got so now we're moving on to so here we've got Disney Plus and HBO Max get their first Golden Globe nominations. So Disney Plus, The Mandalorian, and Hamilton, and HBO Max, The Flight Attendant, all picked up nominations. So pretty big for those companies, of course. Which I also did forget to mention in our best of 2020. Hamilton is one of my favorite things of 2020, because if it were not, the plan was for them to release Hamilton this year in theaters, pre-pandemic, but because of what happened, they decided last year, like, hey, we already bought the rights to Disney spent over $100 million to secure Hamilton. So when that happened, Lin-Manuel Miranda and company, but mostly him, because he wrote that thing, like, man, had a nice payday. So, yeah, I'm looking for the list here. Like, just give me the list. My goodness.
And just not to interrupt, but just so everybody knows, that movie is officially on Netflix right now. So
What's the name of the movie?
Zendaya, huh?
What's the title of the movie?
Malcolm and Martha, I think.
Malcolm and Mari.
Or Mari.
Or Mary.
On Netflix.
On Netflix. It is officially online right now.
She's a great actress, man.
She is,
Gotta
and
give her
he
props.
is. I'm watching it tonight as soon as we end this because she's fantastic. After what I saw her do in Euphoria,
Yep.
She blew me away. She is phenomenal, and I guarantee you, I'm calling it now. She not only will win a Golden Globe, she will be an Oscar-winning actress. I promise you.
Oh yeah,
I
yes,
promise you, she will win an Oscar.
Yeah,
Yep.
she'll probably win it for Spider-Man 3.
Let's not
Got
be
it.
daft here. Come on.
I know.
All right, so
No,
I
but
have the list.
Zendaya is a great actress, man. She's a classy lady.
So I have the list here for the Golden Globe nominations. For Best Picture, front runners are Nomadland, The Trial of the Chicago 7, Minari, The Five Bloods,
Hell yeah.
The Father, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom,
Okay.
One Night in Miami, Mank, Sound of Metal, Promising,
Hell yeah.
and then major. So they have the front runners. They have Major Threats that might win it. Judas and the Black Messiah, Soul, Borat, subsequent movie film, News of the World. Then Possibilities, Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always, Tenet, Another Round, Palm Springs. And then Long Shots, First Cow, Cherry, The Midnight Sky. My goodness, this is an interesting list. Also, I guess this is
It's foreign writers. Golden Globes is the foreign writers.
right.
So it's all the movies that they've seen.
Foreign press.
Right, the Hollywood
Foreign
Foreign
Press.
Press. Yeah. So I'm gonna skip because there's a lot. I'm gonna skip.
So get let's get down to the, because I'm looking at the same list. Let's get down to the brass tacks. Best performance by an actress in a motion picture. That, and Viola Davis is there.
Is Delroy Lindo in that fucking list?
Who?
Delroy Lindo?
No, this is actresses, not actors.
Oh, okay.
So Best Actress. My goodness, it's
stacked. It's really stacked. Like if you want to, and it's not a shot on Mike. Like this list is actually stacked because I'm looking at it too, and it's stacked. So if you really want to get down to it, go to the link, the Golden Globe nominations. That's all you have to do is type it up, because this list is extremely stacked.
We thought like 2020 we didn't get a lot of stuff, but this proves otherwise.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
And I mean, just the best motion picture drama alone, just for example, The Father, Manic, No Man Land, Promising Young Woman, which is supposed to be a really fantastic film.
Yeah, that's getting a
And
lot
the
of
Trial of the
good-
Chicago 7, which I saw, which is amazing. Like
Yep.
the Mac, I think it's the David Fincher film, if I'm not mistaken, about the screenplay of Citizen Kane. Like this shit is stacked.
Yeah.
And this is in pandemic times. Like sad. It's insane.
Right. So just going back to the topic, Mandalorian, I know got a few nominations. I think the best way to narrow that is to go on their Mandalorian official Instagram account, because they did an announcement there. Here it says right here. So Golden Globe nominee, Best Drama Television Series for The Mandalorian. And then the Writers Guild of America nomination, Best Drama Series for The Mandalorian. Screen Actors Guild Awards nominated for Best Stunt Ensemble in a comedy or drama series, The Mandalorian. Yeah, there's a bunch. And then for HBO Max, you've got Kaylee Cuoco, who is amazing in The Flight Attendant.
Yes, indeed.
I'm still finishing that show, but she posted a reaction, or I'm assuming it's her husband that's recording her when she was listening to the call of the nominees. And when she heard her name, she just started crying because she was so excited to hear her name among the nominees for Best Actress.
And she should be, because she absolutely earned that nomination.
Oh yeah, within the first few
This
episodes.
show is fantastic.
Yeah, within the first few episodes, she's like doing so much, and she's getting these panic attacks, and she's like adding so neurotic, and like, what's going on? Like, is she drunk, or is she losing her mind, or what's really going on here? Like,
I will say this: she is up against a fantastic group of women.
oh yeah,
Like Jane Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Eli Fanning, and Lily Collins. Like she's got some competition this year. So
right. But just the fact that she got nominated, that's huge. Huge.
no, it is. I'm not glossing over that fact.
Yeah,
It's huge because she is I can't say it enough. She's fantastic in that series. Like her charisma, the way she presents herself,
Right.
like just the way what you were talking about, not to drag it out. She's fantastic. She earned her nomination. So yes.
Yep. All right. So moving on to some Batman news.
Woo!
So this is from consequenceofsound.net. So Jeffrey Wright, that's right, Jeffrey Wright, who is going to be playing Commissioner Gordon in the Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves, the Batman film, will be voicing Batman himself in a new podcast series.
Nice.
So Seth Meyers, Jason Sudeikis, Fred Armisen, Rosario Dawson, and Tim Meadows will help put a comedic take on the Dark Knight legend. So it says Batman The Audio Adventures, a new podcast by HBO Max starring Jeffrey Wright as the Caped Crusader. Don't expect it to get too dark, however, because the roll call also includes comedic actors like Seth Meyers, Jason Sudeikis, and dozens more. So Batman The Audio Adventures is a multi-episode series that's putting a comedic take on the Dark Knight. And that's from the Hollywood Reporter. It separates from DC's multi-year deal with Spotify, which includes the new Batman Unburied podcast. Ooh, I guess I need to check that one out. Written by David S. Goyer. And as such, it will hit Warner Media's streaming service sometime in 2021. So yeah, that's fascinating.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then among the cast also includes Bobby Moynihan, Kenan Thompson, Chris Parnell, pretty much the SNL.
Damn.
The SNL cast is
Batman SNL.
Yeah. So
Are they gonna play their SNL characters? Because that would be funny.
Oh.
who knows? I mean, There's a lot. Alan Tudyk is also going to be there. Brent Spiner, Paul Scheer.
Data.
Also appearing will be Brooke Shields, Ray Wise, Ben Rogers, Pete Schultz, Toby Huss. My goodness. For a podcast with little to no plot made available just yet, the sheer size and scope of Batman the Audio Adventures team already has us eagerly awaiting its premiere later this year. So I'm curious on how this is going to be a podcast on HBO Max, because is it going to be available on HBO Max? I guess it's going to be like, how am I going to be able to listen to it on my phone? So that's interesting. But this is for all the haters who always say DC's too dark, Batman's too dark. Now it's like, here you go. Here's a comedic take on Batman.
Well, Batman's not supposed to be that funny.
And I'd just like to go on record, since we're on the Batman tip. This past Sunday, we actually got a legitimate villain in Batwoman. So that's all I wanted to say.
Oh, yeah.
We finally got past the 99-cent store villains, and we actually got to a moderate villain. So, at least we're in the step in the right direction.
So what does that tell you, Pinhead? What does that tell you?
Who was it?
It tells me that we're
Getting better?
It tells me that Ruby Rose will be back by the end of this season or the beginning of season 3, because they keep going on and on and on. I feel sorry for this poor girl because she fills this bat suit out. She's doing a great job, and I will say she's doing a great job. Mike can even attest to that for the episodes he's seen. She's very relatable. She's awesome. And every time she steps forward and doing it, well, Ruby Rose was in this suit before you, right? Okay. And even at the point she's like, I get it. I'm trying to do my job. That's good. Just remember, Kate Kane, Ruby Rose, she was there before you. Stop doing that, and you might actually make a successful show. That's all I'm saying.
So who's the villain?
Victor Zsasz.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, a real, exactly. Not
Ooh.
Pete Thompson, not Pete Boyle, or
great value.
Just Robert Kopp, or
He is what,
Killer cereal.
to be honest with you,
exactly. Bill
you,
Buck.
Victor Zsasz is one of my favorite Batman rogues.
And this guy who plays him, he is fucking awesome.
Does he have all the scars?
I will give him that. He plays the beats. He even does the cuts in his body.
Oh, there you go.
And they do a full close up to his body, showing him doing this shit. And he's like, "Oh shit, I'm almost in retirement." And he starts cutting his. I'm like, okay. So the guy he's spot on.
Yep. There you go.
So
Pinhead,
step in the right direction. That's all I'm saying. It
sounds like people are listening. Maybe they're listening to you on the show.
I wish they would, because my
folks.
girl needs some help here, because we're tired of her fighting, Buck.
By the way, Batwoman did get renewed for season 3, and The Flash got renewed for season 8. Yep. So now The Flash is the same. Did Arrow have a season 9? I'm curious.
Arrow ended in season 8, if I'm not mistaken.
8. So now The Flash is going to be. So I'm curious to see if The Flash will finish at season 8, or will it surpass Arrow and go season 9, and maybe
it should be. They should surpass it, because it's a much more interesting character.
Not only that, if you're gonna give Batwoman season 3, let him surpass Arrow at season 9. You're not wasting money. Come on.
Yeah, and that Superman and Lois show.
Yeah, you gave milquetoast.
Got 2 more episodes approved. Not a full season yet, but
By the way, check out my review on Mr. Milquetoast.
So, alrighty. Next,
if Superman smoked crack, right? That's basically what.
No, because at least that would be interesting if Superman smoked crack.
Or if Superman was vegan.
This is if the milkman. This is if the 1950s milkman got superpowers and didn't know what to do with them. There you go.
We'll see. We'll see when that 2
Yeah,
hour.
we will see. Like I said,
premiere
I'm not a hypocrite. You will get the baseball 3-episode arc, but after that, if you're not stepping up, das boot out the door, buddy.
Yep. All right. Next up is from Forbes.com. DC Films is quickly becoming a prime destination for R-rated superhero movies.
Hell,
This is written by Scott Mendelson.
In more news, water is wet. Congratulations, you did it.
Well,
Yep.
it's clarifying the fact that, you know, before another company says, "Oh, you know, you like that Deadpool from Fox? Well, we're doing him rated R Disney style now." So
With Bob's Burgers writers.
yeah. Do we have
Come
to
on,
do
dude.
Do we have to do this, really?
Jesus.
So it says, we got word from James Gunn himself over the weekend that as of now, Warner Brothers' The Suicide Squad will indeed be an R-rated picture.
Hell
That's
yeah.
not exactly a shock. Gunn's pre-Guardians output consists of trauma flicks and gruesomely violent genre flicks like Slither and Super. After all, not even counting Birds of Prey and Joker, Warner Brothers is the studio that theatrically released Constantine, 300,
Yep.
300 Rise of an Empire, V for Vendetta, and
Yep.
Watchmen to varying levels of success. Here's the odd thing. Presuming that the loose sequel to David Ayer's PG-13 supervillain ensemble flick indeed enters theaters on August 5th with an R rating, it'll mean that 5 out of 11 DC Films flicks have either been released into theaters under restricted ratings or retooled after the fact into R-rated versions. And if Matt Reeves' The Batman due in March of 2022 goes likewise, then half of the ongoing DC Films flicks will be rated R. Todd Phillips' Oscar-winning Joker was rated R for its bloody violence, profanity, and adult themes. And by the way, that one grossed over $1 billion.
Yep.
That was a big deal because it's an R-rated film, and it's not even a film about a superhero. It's a film about a villain. So, Kathy Ann's Birds of Prey, which played like a femme-centric, cocaine-fueled Guy Ritchie gangster flick, went out with an R thanks to being an R-rated movie. Alas, despite strong reviews, the excellent Harley Quinn spinoff earned $201 million on an $82 million budget.
Yep.
Presuming The Suicide Squad, which will feature Margot Robbie, Jai Courtney, and Viola Davis reprising their roles alongside a deluge of newbies, Idris Elba and John Cena.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
That'll be 3 out of 11 theatrically released DC Comics adaptations going out with R ratings almost by accident. DC Films is slowly morphing into a hotspot for R-rated superhero flicks. Moreover, the ideal version of Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman is not the 151-minute PG-13 version that earned $873 million worldwide. That's good, in parentheses. After opening with $424 million global, that's bad. No, the definitive version is the superior 181-minute R-rated Ultimate Edition.
I wanted to see
Likely,
fucking Batman throw somebody across through the wall with blood and all that splatter. And people were complaining, do you really need to see the blood? Yes. I want to see how fucking violent Batman can get. Right?
yeah. So while
And
that
you
version
show
likely
that.
never could have played theatrically, both due to the length and the rating, it offers more context and more character beats for Henry Cavill's Clark Kent and Amy Adams' Lois Lane.
Yep.
This isn't like the different isn't automatically better. Director's cuts of Terminator 2, Judgment Day, or one of 7,132 versions of Ridley Scott's Blade Runner.
Wow. Wow.
Screw that guy, man. Screw that
Dude,
writer.
no.
Wow.
You'd no more choose
He is not a
the
fan.
theatrical cut of Zack Snyder's Dawn of Justice than you would the theatrical cut of Ridley Scott's Kingdom of Heaven. Moreover, we have no idea how the 4-hour Snyder cut of Justice League will play when it debuts on HBO Max and possibly in theaters later this year. Yes, it will allegedly be an R-rated film complete with hack and slash violence and Ben Affleck's Batman uttering F words. Will it be better than Joss Whedon constructed theatrical compromise,
Yes.
during which WB tried to both
Yes.
get the November 2017 and retrofit the film into a Diet Avengers? Or will it be different, isn't better like the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2? I'm glad Donner's scenes saw the light, but the Richard Lester directed version is by default superior. Even if Snyder's Justice League is an alternate option as opposed to the official cut, and even he refers to it as an Elseworld story, then the DC Films multiverse will contain 7 PG-13 flicks: Man of Steel, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Aquaman, Shazam, and Wonder Woman 1984, and 5 R-rated movies: Dawn of Justice, Snyder's Justice League, Joker, Birds of Prey, and I don't know why he's counting the Joker. That's not, I mean,
It's a
not in the first.
It's a DC
But-
movie.
Right,
It's
it's,
a
a
DC
DC,
movie.
film. Right.
Yeah.
And then throw in Matt Reeves, the Batman, as an R-rated movie and a theoretical HBO Max uncut R-rated version of David Ayer's Suicide Squad, and that's 50-50. So, but yeah, it goes on. But then it also goes to show, like, the DC animated films, a bunch of them are rated R,
Yeah.
Yep.
and they're I like them. I enjoy them. Like,
Yeah, me too.
bring it on. You know,
Yeah,
I
maybe-
mentioned to you guys before that comic book movies and cartoons and all that stuff is supposed to be violent. Because that's what it is, right? Some of the best works out there, Watchmen included,
The Dark Knight Returns.
The Dark Knight Returns, Invincible, an Image comic book,
Right.
ultra violent, and it needs the violence. So
Yeah.
for people who wants to dumb it down to like a PG-13 movie, it's disrespectful. Yeah.
I agree. It should be what it's trying to be from the comic books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't change the rating. If one comic book's PG-13,
Yeah.
then make the movie PG-13. If this comic book's rated R, make it rated R. You know, they should do that throughout the whole thing. But if they keep trying to dumb it down,
It's
It-
going to cause issues.
yeah. And Disney's getting away with it with Marvel, which is interesting. But
It's fine.
I don't want that with DC because
Mhm.
it's different. I want something different. I want it done well. Unfortunately, the track record's not great, but I want it done well. And as long as you guys aren't just making it rated R to just make it rated R, that's the stupidest thing ever.
Yep.
Just, you know what I mean? Like, make the story you want to make, and then let the people who rate those movies or give it the ratings, rate it however it's going to be, and just put it out. Oh well, it's rated R.
So speaking to what you're saying, just for the sake of making it rated R, now that it's official that Zack Snyder's Justice League is rated R, a lot of people on social media are saying, "Oh, it's just rated R, just trying to be edgy," but they have a lot of them have no
Idiots.
fucking clue
They have
of
no
what
idea.
we're going to be seeing, because we're going to be seeing Atlanteans cut in fucking half, their bodies cut in fucking half.
Right.
There's screenshots there of Snyder himself posting when they did the IMAX preview test run, whatever. Aside from Batman cursing the F word, you know, a lot of people.
Oh,
are
and by the way, that's what
Cyborg is
caused.
not going to be saying "booyah," but you know they don't care about. They care more about that than Batman cursing.
Yeah, no, Batman cursing is the reason that it's rated R. By the way, it's not the violence because nobody gives a shit
It's
about the
both.
violence.
It's the violence and the cursing. So it's
Yeah,
not
I mean-
just for the edginess; it's the actual
Fucking
violence
edgy.
that Snyder intended.
Well, with
Wait,
Batman,
now they're complaining that the fucking DC movies are way too dark. Is that what it is now?
no, it's because they're complaining that he's making it rated R just to make it rated R.
No.
You know,
Make it
Batman
edgy.
doesn't need to say the F word. I don't need to see people get cut in half. This doesn't need to be this. It's like, well, you know, it's
Obviously, they don't read the fucking comic books because Batman has a potty mouth.
yeah, I realize Batman has a potty mouth. I'm just saying if it's done right and it doesn't come across cringe, I'm fine with it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If it feels natural in the situation, like Like I was watching the extended edition of the Batman vs Superman the other
Ultimate.
day, the
Ultimate.
ultimate cut, and when Doomsday sees Batman trapped in his plane, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Like,
Yeah.
that's perfectly fits.
Because
Like,
he, like
damn.
he was in a bad predicament. Yeah. He's
Yeah,
like,
I
yeah,
thought he was gonna die.
yeah. So I'm like, that fits. So as long as it fits, it doesn't bother me. But whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, everyone, all of the Snyder like fans are already like gearing up for war essentially because all the fucking haters are already ready to trash the movie.
Oh my gosh, why can't we
You
just
know
see
what?
the
You know
fucking
what?
movie
Let
first?
him trash it. Like I said, like I wanted to watch his vision. Whether his vision is top tier or whether it's a piece of shit, it's his vision. It's what he wanted to do with the movie.
Right.
I wanted to see it because I wanted it done because he deserves that shot because of what happened to him.
Right.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Agreed. Yeah.
Which a lot of people completely miss.
Yeah.
Um,
Nobody cares about that shit. Oh, he quit Justice League and he gave a shitty ass movie to Joss Whedon to fucking cure. They didn't realize he didn't quit. They realized he was burned out because he was trying to finish a fucking movie at the
his
time
daughter
when
died.
his daughter died.
Right.
So if people are fucking heartless to not realize that shit, they're stupid as hell, and I don't care for their fucking takes and hot takes and all that stuff about somebody's artwork. You
Right.
know?
And then he did address it earlier this week. He addressed the fact that there's toxic fans out there.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'm happy he addressed it.
right. I'm
He
trying
said
to.
he mentioned you can you consider fan base toxic when they fucking made hundreds and thousands or when they raised hundreds and thousands of dollars for suicide prevention.
Yeah. So I have the quote here.
Yeah.
In regards to that toxic fandom, or it's a win for toxic fandom. Again, in what world does this toxic fandom raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for suicide prevention? How is that toxic fandom? They've probably achieved more than any other fan base and
Yep.
done more good than any other group, so I don't understand.
Yep.
So, and I'm sure there's those outliers who are just like toxic, pro Snyder cut, but the general consensus, the general group. I mean, he posted on his Vero yesterday. The caption is "accomplished wonders." Of course, a little hint to Man of Steel there. Thank you. Hashtag release the Snyder Cut movement. Thank you to the hashtag release the Snyder Cut movement for raising $500,000 for suicide prevention.
$500,000. Jesus.
$500,000
That's
in
amazing.
honor of his daughter Autumn, and of course for their family, and then of course other people who are suffering. It's huge. So moving
Yeah.
on.
Hey,
In
we should make t-shirts of saying Zach's toxic fandom. That'd be cool. I'd probably wear that shit.
Yeah, and then you're gonna get people who be like, "Oh, you're one of the."
Yeah, then come talk to me. Let's have a conversation. Or if you want to fight, then I'll fuck you up. Either way.
Right. So next up, in connection to Zack Snyder, he revealed a tease of an image of Jared Leto's Joker in his Justice League,
Yeah.
cut, and it's basically a very blurred image of Jared Leto's Joker.
Slick back hair, huh?
Long hair, and he's holding that Joker card that we saw in that Justice League trailer floating on by in the wind.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see Jared Leto's Joker. Oh my gosh. Oh.
So a lot of people immediately, from a tease, a blurry image, were already saying he's copying Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. And I'm like, you guys don't fucking understand. This version of Joker that Jared Leto's doing is not the same Suicide Squad Joker. It's a different variation because this Joker we're going to see, spoilers, is going to be the nightmare version of Joker, who is going to be existing with a nightmare version of Deathstroke. and a nightmare version of Batman and nightmare version of Superman in that alternate reality or that other reality, that other future. So of course, a lot of people who don't know the context are like up in arms. And when I share that to like a Batman Facebook group, oh, you got all sorts. You got a wide range of comments and responses. And I remember when they announced Robert Pattinson officially as the next Batman, I shared it on my feed, on my Facebook profile,
Yep.
and I got the infinity stone of reactions. I'm not kidding. I got the like, I got the heart, I got the laugh react, I got the crying reaction, I got fucking everything. And I
Wait,
took,
what did I put, Mike? Do you remember? Did I put the care one?
I think so.
I think I put the care one.
I got every reaction on Facebook, and
Yeah.
only a Batman post as big as that, and now of course Joker will get you a wide range of that complete full spectrum of reactions from fans, and so that I thought that was fascinating.
That was hilarious.
I
Like-
learned my lesson after when Batfleck got announced to just shut
No,
my mouth.
I learned my lesson when when Heath Ledger was announced as the Joker.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I remember
I was like, why? This is the guy that did 10 things about you. I hate
I
about
know,
you,
I
and
know,
and
same.
the night movie. What the fuck? And then as soon as I saw the Dark Knight, I shut the hell up. I'm like, hey, you know
Yep.
what? He was the Joker. Perfect.
Yep.
when I heard it on the radio, and I was like,
Right?
Ledger,
Like Mike, you were like, don't. It's okay. It should be fine. It should be fine."
I basically trusted Nolan because he gave me Batman Begins, and I was like, that movie's fucking awesome. I love Batman Begins. I trust this guy. And sure enough, when we got The Dark Knight, we watched it at a midnight premiere, and I was like, holy shit! Every scene he's in
Yep.
He
Yeah,
just
he stole the show.
captures you.
Yeah.
So
Based off that trailer with Pattinson too, I think he'll be great.
oh yeah, and he
Yeah.
loves to troll the fans. He fucking
Yeah.
loves to troll the fans on his interviews.
I'm sure.
He said like he stopped working out, and they were like, "Oh,
I know everyone. Oh my god!
Batman." He loves trolling. He loves trolling.
Well, it was like Ben Affleck when he was laughing about how like when he was reading people reacting to his announcement for Batman versus Superman, they were all like, "No!" Like all the comments, and he was just laughing at it. And it's like, yeah, but I kind of felt that way until it wasn't until I saw that warehouse scene. You know what I mean? I'm like,
I was sold on Ben Affleck when Kevin Smith was the one that sold me. He visited the set, and Ben Affleck wasn't there. He just visited the set of Batman versus Superman, and whatchamacallit, Zack Snyder walked up to Kevin Smith and said, "Oh, this is the concept of what we have as Batman. And what do you think?" And then like he says, as soon as I saw, Kevin Smith said, as soon as I saw Ben Affleck as Batman next to the Batmobile, I'm set. Like he's like, I didn't have any doubts anymore because like it was perfect. It was a perfect like the fucking cowl, the muscles, the chin, the fucking scrambled voice. It's amazing.
yeah, he did the role well. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then after that, everyone was like, "Oh, Ben Affleck's our Batman." And then when they announced Robert Pattinson, a lot of fans were like, "No, I want Ben Affleck back."
Dude, I want consistency, man. I really do. I don't like the changing actors all the time.
Right. And so you know what happened, right? With that, the original plan they announced was that Ben Affleck was supposed to
Right and direct.
write and direct that Batman solo movie, and he was supposed to star in it.
I remember. Yeah.
And of course, he was still dealing with his
Depression.
alcoholism, and he took advice from a close friend and said, if you do that, you're gonna kill yourself, basically.
Yeah.
He wasn't in a good place, so he just, that's when he just basically quit.
I know that bums me out. I mean, I'm glad he's taking. I'm glad he's taking care of his health, and like that's the most
Right.
important thing. But like, it bums me out that like I want consistency. I don't want Jared Leto Joker,
Fuck his hell.
and then I see Joaquin Phoenix just kill it and do an amazing job, and then we get Leto back, and it's like, can we just pick one already? Pick one.
Did
and
you say
stick with it.
Joaquin Phoenix?
I don't know.
I know. I know.
I said
Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix, right?
It's Joaquin.
Joaquin.
Oh, because the J is silent, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for
so-
the clarification.
And that's the thing. Like, so with the, as far as the DC multiverse and what they're doing now, they're showing us different versions of characters of Superman and the Flash in like movie, TV, except for Batman, because fuck y'all, Batman's we're saving Batman for the big screen because fuck Pinhead. We're not gonna make a Batman TV show, but we'll make Batwoman. We'll everything you love about Batman, we'll put in Batwoman
So
show.
dumb, dude. You see, that's what I want. Just consistency, please.
Right. Which is why
So frustrating.
I'm really hoping, if rumors are true, that Ben Affleck is not completely done. We are gonna get him in the Flash movie with Michael Keaton.
Yep.
But there's there was that plan for that Batman movie, that solo Batman movie. His nemesis, his main villain would have been Deathstroke.
Yeah.
And Deathstroke would have been like tearing his life apart from the inside out, and not just
Right.
going at him as Deathstroke, but like, attacking him as Bruce Wayne from like everything that is basically all around his life. So I'm hoping that they didn't completely scrap that, and I'm hoping that if rumors are, what they're saying is true, hopefully that we will get an HBO Max series of Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But I'm also totally fine that if Pattinson just does an amazing job, that they just stick with him for the foreseeable future, because like if he's
Right.
doing good,
Is Matt Reeves like sold on a trilogy, or is it just gonna be like
that
a
seems like
one
that's
off?
the plan. That seems like that's the plan. They're going to be going for a trilogy, and this
Okay.
supposedly will be on a different Earth, and it does not connect with the Snyderverse.
Supposedly.
So,
Okay.
all right. So the last piece of DC news we've got is from GamesRadar.com. James Gunn says the Suicide Squad film is finished, and he praises Warner Brothers for not interfering.
I guess they learned a lesson.
This may be, if I'm not mistaken, this may be the first director that they hired who they did not interfere or mess with their movie. Because you got Zack Snyder James Wan, actually. I don't think James Wan got any interference. So
He didn't.
Yeah, it seems like James Wan and James Gunn are the only ones to be left unscathed. Because you've got Kathy.
James Trump is next.
Oh, there you go.
So Zack Snyder, Patty Jenkins, they tried to remove that No Man's Land sequence in that first Wonder Woman film.
right?
1984, they wanted to remove the mall scene or whatever. Yeah, the beginning sequence.
So dumb.
And then, what's his name? The director of Shazam. I know him.
Yeah.
I know him as Pony Smasher because that's his Instagram name.
Pony Smasher. What in the world?
That's his Instagram name.
All
David
right.
Sandberg. David
David
Sandberg.
Sandberg, yeah.
Yeah, director of Shazam. So I guess he's another one who doesn't seem like he got any interference from. But
James Gunn said that like he received little notes from like from the people.
yes,
But he says like either the thing is like either I paid attention to it or I didn't. But
right.
he received like little notes saying like
Yeah, he said they gave very few notes. They were usually good and minor, and I took them if I wanted to and didn't if I didn't want to. Warner's was creatively amazing. So I'm hoping that this is something that they will continue on going forward.
Yep.
And just that's why you hire a director with a specific vision to bring that vision to life, So just
And not for nothing, there's a difference between little notes and full-blown interference.
right. So yeah, I mean David Ayers for a Suicide Squad film, Jared
David Fincher's Alien 3.
Jared Leto got really pissed off because he knew he had way more scenes in that film, and then it got reduced to under 10 minutes. So
It's all good, dog. Don't worry. You sucked anyway. No worries.
Oh wow.
Didn't need to see anymore. You know what I'm saying?
You
Coming
didn't
from-
know, man.
Coming from the best
you didn't,
actor here.
You
Yeah.
didn't know. You don't know what you don't know about that.
I know
You
as
don't know
well.
that the missing Joker scenes were probably like the one that made the first Suicide Squad.
Which David Ayer did leak a scene, a very quick scene or a very quick glimpse of one of those scenes on his Twitter of Jared Leto's Joker.
You know what? Give me his cut because it might change my opinion on the Suicide Squad because as far as I'm concerned, it was the Will Smith show all over again with
So,
Suicide Squad.
hopefully-
And
Hopefully
basically
we're
that's
gonna
what
get
that's what the Warner Brothers wanted was like put the stars in the front and everybody else in the back.
Stupid. Because my favorite character out of the whole thing was Diablo.
Oh, and by the way, they also mentioned that Diablo, the character,
Uh-huh.
Back.
is not dead.
Oh, nice. Okay.
The
Well, yeah, it's
character
a
still
spirit,
lives.
isn't it? Or
Yeah.
the character himself.
Yeah, the character still lives.
Okay.
Jay Hernandez, I think, mentioned like the
Yep.
character still lives. So, but yeah, it's cool to see that James Gunn had a good time, and like and that's why like during quarantine he started writing the Peacemaker series, and now they're filming that show right now. The fact that he just wrote the Peacemaker series without even thinking that anything was going to happen to it, he just wrote it just because he was just bored and he wanted to write something, and now it's a full-blown show in production. Says a lot. And he's been posting on his Instagram.
Fuck you, James Gunn, for that bullshit.
He's
I was just saying.
welcoming new cast members to the Peacemaker series, and the latest one is so some of the actors that he welcomed is Elizabeth Faith Ludlow and Rizwan Manji as recurring characters Kia and Jamil on our Peacemaker TV show for HBO Max, and they also previously appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. And then another actor he welcomed is Nut Lee.
Best name ever.
Yeah. Well, NHUT and Lee. But it's true to the actor is of Asian descent, and he's going to be playing Judo Master. So that's pretty fucking awesome that he's casting an Asian to play Judo Master. So, that's awesome.
Ooh.
So yeah, that show is in full swing. So I'm really excited when, and he mentioned that he enjoyed bringing Harley Quinn to life in the Suicide Squad film. He enjoyed working with Margot Robbie. So, I don't know if Kathy Ann is going to do another Harley Quinn movie, but if there's any bet that for another Harley Quinn adventure, let James Gunn write that and direct that film, because that's gonna be
like we talked about in the very beginning. Why is there an importance to side characters?
I mean, I don't care about John Cena really.
No, I'm talking about Harley Quinn.
well.
She is not a main fucking character.
But
She is now.
she
She has
doesn't.
her own show on HBO Max, which is huge.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really care about her all that much. I mean,
Well,
Margot.
you're not a
Margot.
girl.
Well, Margot did great. I thought she did a phenomenal job as the character, but like I don't really care about the character herself all that much. And to make her the center of attention is just kind of strange, but it's that, I don't know. It's kind of hard to have her without the Joker, you know what I mean? But
Did they talk about like Harley Quinn's abusive relationship with Joker in the cartoon?
yeah.
They addressed that in the HBO Max series.
Mhm.
Yeah, he breaks up with her, and she's trying to like get over him,
Okay,
and she gets with Poison Ivy.
there you go.
That's
So
hot.
yeah. It's hot. Oh, by the way, voiced by Kaylee Cuoco.
Oh my
When
gosh.
they announced that news, everyone was like, "Why is Petty going to be playing Harley Quinn?" And now that show is freaking amazing. It's hilarious and it's awesome. But yeah, if you look at how the character of Harley Quinn, she was created for the animated series, for Batman the Animated Series,
And then
1992.
yep, and then she got blessed into to the comic books
Right.
afterwards.
And you look at how far her character has come from the comic books to pop culture, you know,
Fair enough.
it's
Yeah.
it's pretty hard to ignore the fact that, you know, and they know what they have on their, you know, on their hands. So the fact that they, when they landed Margot Robbie, I've always enjoyed her in
Oh,
other.
she did great. I'm not taking anything away from her. She's a fantastic actress and like great
Right.
to play that role, you know, for sure.
Right. And then there's a pretty cool evolution when you look at her character. When you look at her Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad to Birds of Prey, and then to now the upcoming Suicide Squad, there's an evolution to her character. Not just in her look, but even the way she portrays the character.
I should watch Birds of Prey. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, okay. You need to check it out.
It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's
I'll
not
lend
bad.
you my copy.
Oh, all right. Awesome, dude. Sounds good.
Yeah, Birds of Prey wasn't bad.
Yeah,
Alright.
it wasn't. I
That
enjoyed it.
I'll
that
bring it
porn
tomorrow.
that food porn scene is
Oh my
amazing.
gosh. Egg sandwich. Ah,
That egg sandwich.
now I want an egg sandwich. So
So do I.
when Birds of Prey was trending, I brought this up a few episodes ago, but I'll bring it up again. I just tweeted HBO Max make a Birds of Prey HBO Max series happen, because you know it's a lot more expensive to make a movie.
Yeah.
Perhaps bringing it to HBO Max will be more, you know, practical,
Yep.
and it'll benefit them too. And then before I knew it, I was like, "What's going on?" I had like over 600 likes, and then a bunch of tweets, a bunch of replies, and a lot of guys were like, "Fuck Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey was shit." And then a lot of the women were like, "Oh wow, look at this guy getting offended by the idea of another female series, you know, being made, and don't watch it. If you don't like it,
I don't. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't care if it's an all female series. I want it to be good.
Right.
I want to enjoy it. You know,
Right.
and you know, if this is the thing, at least it's original. Like Birds of Prey is an actual thing instead of doing Ghostbusters and then like let's make an all women Ghostbusters. Instead of doing that, they actually do their own story. Own story, please. By all means, do that.
Right.
You know,
I mean,
I'm looking forward to it.
Granted, with the Birds of Prey thing, there was some stuff going on there. They changed the title. It was supposed to be Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, which is a long ass title. And then as the release got closer, they changed it to just Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn, you know,
Mm,
as far as the marketing. So it was a mess. It was a mess.
Jeez.
So yeah. So, and again, that's the studio, you know. So all
Yep.
right, that's pretty much it for the news. So we got a good chunk of Marvel and a little bit of like general movie and studio news in the middle, and then DC news. So now I'm gonna pass it on to Pinhead, who's gonna give us a review of the Night Stalker on Netflix. It's a Night Stalker documentary.
Yeah. Hell
I
yeah.
guess just take my mask off. Now I can talk. Yeah. This one was intense.
Mm.
So we're gonna talk about it from a horror aspect right off the bat. For you horror aficionados, you really want to watch this. And I'm not saying that just because you can egregiously go off horror. It's a good thing to look at because you have an understanding on what true horror is. This is the bare bones definition of horror. This is what horror is. And unfortunately, it is true horror.
Mm-hmm.
So, full disclosure, why I was fascinated by this. When I was a little kid, I was obsessed with homicide because I grew up in just nasty ass, disgusting environment. And what I gravitated to was books like the Zodiac Killer book, movies like Seven and stuff like that.
Copycat. You seen
Yeah,
that?
Copycat. Yeah, actually Copycat too. And Copycat, it was actually really good. It was one of those few movies in that era that tried to be like Silence of the Lambs, but actually tried to be different. So yes, Copycat. But when I was a kid, my main goal was to be a homicide detective. Oh, to the point where I would go into areas where I wasn't supposed to go. I'm actually working on a script about that right now, a horror movie script. So that's what I've been spending a lot of my time on. A lot of people, I have been spending a lot of my time on Mortal Kombat. Yes, I will agree. But I've been writing a script on what I did as a kid was going around trying to follow these little gang murders that we had. So, with that being said, watching this Night Stalker, it's fantastic. It's very, very intense. It hits, it hurts, but it's very important to watch. And I say this that it's very important to watch because if we throw away the Silence of the Lambs and all, we glorify serial killers way too much. This Night Stalker documentary, maybe once or in a point, it does glorify serial killers because you kind of have to in this point. But, however, this documentary on Netflix, we all have Netflix. There, even the bum on the fucking street with his little tablet that he stole from someone has Netflix. We all have Netflix. Okay? Watch. So there's no negative to it. So you can watch it. These documentaries are important because they tell you yes, they glorify somewhat the serial killers, as I said, but they also make you critically look at what it is to not only be a serial killer, but what it means to be a detective trying to hunt these serial killers. And why I say it is important is because if you actually watch this, and especially listen to these two men who were after the Night Stalker for this length of time, it went on for a huge amount of time. I think it was like, what, 245 days, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he
maybe
almost had a
longer
full
than that.
year.
Like it was a long amount of time, and it breached different areas throughout California. The point I'm trying to make is this is important because if you watch these things and you understand what these detectives had to go through, this stops this bullshit of child trafficking. Because these guys didn't have the technology we have now. And these motherfuckers did the best they could on the resources they did.
All they had was a shoe print.
Exactly. And a little girl. A
Yep.
shoe print and a little girl. That's why I said, and this was in the 80s. Okay? Far beyond the technology we have now. Like we have way more vast technology. The reason why this is important because you can look at what their tactics were doing, what they did to catch this killer, and you can apply those same tactics into the modern era with the modern technology and stop the shit that's going on. Like I said, child trafficking, rape, murder. You can stop this shit with the technology we have. And that's why this documentary is very important because this man was a nasty, evil man. He didn't give a. It didn't matter who you were. You got that work. He gave you the smoke. Up to the point where he went after little kids. And we talked about this off the air with Mike, and and I know Mike was uncomfortable about it, and I understand that. He should be uncomfortable because he has children and he has a wife. However, this is a very important documentary to watch, because if you watch this and pay attention to what these men did, like I said, and pay attention, more importantly, to the serial killer himself, because that's what you guys don't do. You keep key and and then mental health is not to get too deep, but mental health is a joke, right? Well, maybe if you didn't take that attitude, you might stop the next Richard Ramirez, Night Stalker. You might stop the next Ed Kemper. You might stop the next Ted Bundy. You might stop the next Manson family if you got rid of that attitude. And this documentary helps you somewhat to get rid of that key and glorify the serial killer attitude. Yes, there is a episode where he has groupies, and and they kind of glorify it, but they make you look inward into that and why those women are groupies and this and that. So it's a very, very important documentary that people should watch, because it will help stop this shit from happening on all fronts. If you choose to ignore it, then so be it. Just know you might be the next one dispatched into the fucking graveyard. So I think that Paradise Lost was that trilogy of and it's on HBO Max. It's an HBO original, but that documentary, there hasn't been a documentary that has affected me as much as Night Stalker, as Paradise Lost. Like those are the two go-to documentaries as far as this subject is concerned. So I highly recommend it. If I was to give a grade, I would say a solid A-. So 9.5 out of 10, definitely, because this is important.
It's been a while since I've seen a serial killer documentary, because I like to watch a lot. I watch a lot of them, but I'm saying it's been a while since I watched one, and I actually got up to check to see if my door was locked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's been a while since one has like legit kind of wigged
And
me
that's
out a
why I
little bit.
actually brought it up, because I wanted to see what you thought about it, because you've watched it.
Yeah.
And I want an outsider looking in, and quite not for nothing, Jester. And we talked about this at work. I kind of did the same thing. I'm immune to this shit almost, but on this level I wasn't. I looked to the side, and I told you about that shit that happened when I came home from work.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The door was open, wide open.
Yep.
And I was like, okay,
Yeah. It was
that was the night after I watched that shit. So
yeah, of course. I'd be sleeping with one eye open for sure, man, because for me, when I watched it, it was really interesting. I would recommend that everybody watch it, just just to be informed, maybe. I guess it's always good to be informed about, especially stuff about the past. But this guy, he literally terrorized the city of LA.
Mhm.
And towards the end of his career, he moved his exploits to San Francisco a little bit, but it was just a trip to watch him escalate. That's the similarities with every serial killer documentary that I've seen, is that they all have a certain point where they escalate pretty hard. And it was really interesting to see how he escalated. and then when he did, and the fact that when he did target kids, he didn't kill them; he let them go, and that was interesting to me. Because the guy didn't have a type, so to speak. Every killer usually has like a type that they go after and stalk and kill and all this stuff. And
Yeah.
this guy,
That's why it was so hard for them to catch him. Like
Yeah.
he was all over the fucking place.
exactly, he just whatever he could, whenever he could, and that's why he got so many too, because he was just all the time.
Exactly.
But it was a trip. It was interesting to see where those detectives were coming from and how like much their hands were tied by the limitations of their technology at the time. And it was a trip. I recommend anybody go see it. Since it's on Netflix, I would definitely watch it. It's hard to watch because it's real, but I think you should. It's good. It's heartbreaking. It's rough. But it happened. That's the thing. It really happened. And
that's why I say what I said. It happened. It's important
yeah,
because I'll go out on being in the mental health facility, being in that that kind of thing. You have to understand where these guys come from. There's trauma there.
yeah.
You
No,
have
yeah,
to like watching stuff like this and understanding experts, reading like people go, oh, well, it's just, it doesn't matter. It does matter because if you study this stuff, and it's not good because trust me, I know. Like I tried to go before I went into film. I went into this stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna write a book about it of what I was trying to do, and it's disgusting because you have to take your mind into another level. You have to in order to catch these guys, the real, and we're gonna not for nothing. These guys got lucky because the little girl and like we talked about, but the true people that catch the Kempers and the Mansons and the Bundys, these guys have to, and to an extent, even the guys that were chasing the Night Stalker. Okay, you have to get into the fucking muck and be those people.
yeah.
You have to. Because if you don't, you will not stop them from doing what they do. That is a big reason why I love Mindhunter on Netflix. Another
Yep, I'd
original
highly
series.
recommend that too. Yep.
It's a huge recommendation because it shows you how the FBI, for all intents and purposes, came up with the unsub, the criminal mind.
Yeah.
And you know how they did it? They got into the muck and they had no choice because there was no internet. There was no social media. There was no Twitter. There wasn't even Crime Stoppers at that time.
Somebody had
So
to start
that
it.
meant they, huh?
Somebody had to start it, and they had to learn.
Exactly. So
Had to
that
learn.
meant that they had to get into the muck and think like these nasty motherfuckers did and interview them, think like them, be like them, eat like them, almost to the point where they almost kill like them.
Yep.
That's how dangerous it is to be a homicide detective, how it is to be an FBI criminal minds unsub searcher,
Yep.
because you have to get in there to stop these monsters. You almost, hey, Harvey Dent said it best. We know the quote,
Yep.
from The Dark Knight. You live long enough, we know. So this is the critical point where you have to get in there and think about this shit. And that's why I say it's important, because we have this resurgence of people dispatching little girls, and we don't have to get into it real deep, but we have this resurgence lately, and no one's stopping it because, to be honest, there's not been a major serial killer in the last 20 years. Not on the level that this guy has been on. So we got complacent. That's why it's important to watch documentaries like this, so we can keep our minds fresh, so we can stop these motherfuckers from doing this, because these guys, trust me, they eat this shit. They engulf it. The way we go to work, the way we play games,
Yep.
that's how they search, and we need to keep this fresh in our mind. And that's what I'm saying. No, we don't need this, is like, because I hear this, and it pisses me off. I've heard people go, "The Night Stalker is an egregious documentary, and we don't need this in modern time," because
What? That's silly.
that's what they want you to think. And
Yeah.
when you do that, that's when the next Richard Ramirez, that's when the next Ed Kemper, that's when the next Charles Manson comes out of the shadows
You
while
keep
you're
right.
doing
Yeah.
that shit, and
You
cuts
keep.
your fucking daughter's throat.
They keep
don't
writing off
know.
history like that.
It's
They're just gonna
revisionist
repeat it.
history.
You know what I mean?
I don't know how this happened, how this tragic event happened. All these mutilated bodies. Like, we
Well,
don't.
well, you
And
forgot about
and
history,
then,
you idiots. That's why. Because
and
you
that's
wrote it
why
off.
and that's why I look at certain people that have body language. I'm not gonna get into it, but we work with one, like you have that certain body language where you
Work with one what?
you
It's
have that
you this
certain
whole
body
time.
language where you're just like, I might dispatch bodies. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
very sus, right? Very
Very
sus.
sus.
Yeah, very sus.
But
But
Uh,
but the point is, if you cultivate those people and you stop that, then then that becomes irrelevant. So that's why I'm saying these films are important to watch, because everybody, and I'm tired of this. I'm tired of everybody just jumping off the point. Oh, this is disgusting. This is just Netflix
it's
trying
real
to make
life,
money.
dude.
Right? We
It's real
get it.
life.
It's real life, exactly.
Yeah.
Learn from it, or you will be doomed to repeat it.
Yep.
remember Billy Madison when Billy called what's his name's character, and he's like he apologized for being mean to him in school and all that shit.
Oh, Steve Buscemi's
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
And
The
and
li-
then like at the end like he fucking
Crossed off his name.
crossed off his name with the lipstick, and then he
On
put
his
the
hit
lipstick
list
on his
or
mouth.
something.
And I was just like, holy shit. That's
and exactly. And as funny as that is, it can be that simple,
yeah, it could be
because
just a
that's how mental it can be, that simple.
a hi, hello, how
So
are you type of
exactly,
conversation.
a simple, hey man, how's your day been? It ain't been great, but I'm sorry for that, man. I wish I could do something. That simple gesture may be trivial to you, but that may have been the deciding factor from the guy that went out that day and dispatched bodies and put them in his trunk. It's that, and you go, oh, it's not that. It is that simple.
Moral of the story.
It's complicated, and it's that simple, and it's that complicated.
Yeah, be nice to people.
It's just, all I'm saying is this stuff is important because we understand how the criminal mind thinks, and we really do need to understand that. Because even though we haven't seen a major serial killer in the last couple of decades, we still have child trafficking.
Right. Evil finds a way.
Exactly. We still have abductions. We still have murders. None of it went away.
Yeah,
If you
still there.
actually looked into this stuff and researched it and did a little critical inward thinking, you would be able to help stop this shit. That's why I say it's important. It's rough. I'm not denying it. It's a tough, nasty watch to watch, but it is important.
Yeah.
And it'll be, and on that note, I'm ending it there. And on that note, it'll be a drastic compare and contrast to what we get into next week when we end with The Stand, which will be complete dog shit on this horror review part of this podcast.
Oh man. All righty. Well, yeah. I know. Yeah. Now that the way you talk about it, it does make sense. I'm gonna have to check it out. I'll take a look at it. And like, yeah,
It's hard. I will admit with you, it's very hard to watch,
right,
but
right,
it's important.
right. And that's why I think,
And I say that especially because we talked about it off air. I say that it's especially important to people who have children.
right, right. And like you mentioned, like a lot of those things, the human trafficking, child trafficking, sex
Mhm.
trafficking, um, they haven't gone away. As far as like all those things that these horrible people have been doing, they just basically evolved into other things.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Politicians.
you what?
Politicians.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah.
It's everywhere,
But,
man.
but when we
everywhere.
get to the brass tactics, like Mike just, and he said it perfectly. The modern day serial killer may be dead, but is he really? Because what do you call trafficking?
Yeah.
I mean, like we don't have to get into this debate. And that's why I say these films or these documentaries, these films, they are very important. But nobody wants to talk about them.
right.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same with that Jeffrey Epstein documentary. I think
Oh yeah.
it debuted like last year on Netflix. I started watching it and then I stopped because it was it was really disturbing to me. And then I realized like I got into a conversation with a friend of mine, and then she said, "Well, you should actually finish it because what you learn, you'll actually learn a lot from it, despite the fact that it makes you uncomfortable." So and I realized that. So now I'm gonna have to finish that.
And exactly. And I'm glad you brought that. I remember you telling me that.
Right.
And that's what I kind of wanted to talk to you this side, but we're going to do this review. And that's why I brought it up here.
Right.
It's tough, but it's necessary.
Right. Right.
Yep.
Right. Like it's very easy to binge
Stranger Things or
that's
Queen's
not real.
Gambit or
Yeah, something that's not real, and it's hard to face reality. But it's still something. It's important to educate ourselves, especially to learn from these things. So.
And that's why I want to put that out there because yes, I am the horror guy. I wanted to do something that's close to that's why I texted you off the air to push on top of the fact that it's ending next week, the Stand review next week, because this is something that's very, very close to my heart. It's very important to me. So that's why I want, because this is real horror.
Right. Right.
Real horror.
Right.
That's just as important as far as I'm concerned, it's more important promoting that horror than it is a Phantasm or a Hellraiser or any of the other horror, because this is real life shit that we can stop if we work at it.
Right. Yeah. There was what was that film last year, or that series about kids who were doing like a runway or a modeling show or something like that.
Oh, dolls.
Dolls, yeah.
Ugh.
There was a huge uproar about that one, and a lot of people were like boycotting Netflix. They were canceling their Netflix account, and because they were Netflix was basically um, the point was that Netflix was It seemed like Netflix was advocating for pedophilia by
Ugh.
by producing that show.
Mm-hmm.
Now I didn't watch it. I didn't check it out. I don't know if
Is that the cuties thing?
yeah, that one.
Okay, yeah,
Is
okay.
it cuties or dolls? It's
It was
cuties,
No,
right?
it was
Cuties.
cuties because it was cuties because everybody was literally about to take a mass exodus out of Netflix because of that shit.
Right.
Because it
Yeah.
was glorifying. Ugh, I don't
It was,
see
man. It
that
was
shit
sick.
makes it almost made me cancel mine because I don't
Yeah.
like it. I don't. You can say I'm a fucking piece of garbage, and I will admit that. But when you involve children, and I don't even have children, but when you involve children, I cannot take it because it's garbage.
Oh, and the stupid parents that like were okay
I
with
know.
that.
I don't get that. I don't
Sick
get it.
bastards.
So
Gosh, man.
I pulled up I did a quick search here, and from Forbes, Netflix apologizes for inappropriate marketing of French film Cuties.
Yep.
So
No shit.
they made a statement apologizing for the inappropriate artwork used for the French film Cuties. It was not okay, nor was it representative of this French film, which won an award at Sundance.
I don't get that.
For their marketing campaign promoting the release of the film, Netflix released a poster of the film which showed the young girls of the film in suggestive dance poses.
Yep.
So, yeah, there was a petition on change.org to remove the film from Netflix, calling the film disgusting as it sexualizes an 11-year-old for the viewing pleasure of pedophiles and also negatively influences our children. The petition has over 49. This was like when was this? August 20 of 2020. So at this time, it says the petition currently reached over 49,000 signatures and will soon reach over 50,000. There's no need for this kind of content in that age group, especially when sex trafficking and pedophilia are so rampant.
Yeah,
So,
they apologize for the advertising, but they don't apologize for the film. They don't
And they
apologize
didn't
for taking the
take it
pictures
off.
in general.
right.
They didn't apologize for that because you guys took the pictures and you set them up like that, and you're not going to apologize at all and take it down.
Yeah, the
Like-
movie's still up there.
Like, come
Yeah,
on, man, you
it's
sickos.
up there.
That's what's egregious. The movie is still on the fucking platform.
Yeah.
It's still up there. Yep.
That's what
I
that's
read.
what makes me go, hey, I'm not sad that I'm canceling my Netflix on February 14th because I was already obsessed with HBO Max, not to promote them, but I'm watching that so much. You're just helping me be happy about canceling you because you're keeping this garbage on the fucking platform. You're promoting it.
See, here's the
By
other
doing
thing.
that, you're promoting it.
Here's the other thing that disturbed me too is that the auditions. I was reading the amount of auditions, over 200 auditions for this movie, and the parents that were okay with it, and they failed their children by letting them audition in that. Like, are you serious, man? Like, that's just disgusting. Why are we at this point? Why is that okay? You know what I mean? I don't know.
And that's
Whatever.
why, and I know we're in a deep subject right here in this podcast, but it needs to be done because that's why I brought up the Night Stalker in the first place. This is where we learn from these people and we stop them. We have to. This
Yeah.
cannot go on anymore, especially when it involves children. I am sick of this shit where Hollywood goes on this massive exodus where they go, oh, me too, and women, and that's great. We need to do that. But when you're presented with the child conundrum, we'll just leave it at that. Why do you go mute? Why is it okay to put that shit on Netflix?
Yeah.
Why is it okay to put that shit on YouTube? Why is it? Explain to me why, for example, a girl who may be 28 years of age or 30 may show her body. Okay. And you boot that out. And you promote the 12-year-old girl who's halfway naked on that same platform. There's a problem there. That's a problem. And it's a problem that should have been addressed decades ago. This is disgusting, and I'm tired of it. I'm fucking tired of it. And that's why I'm promoting shit like the Night Stalker, because you want to know what? These guys, it's no big deal. It's not a big deal. These guys that do this shit, that promote this shit on your Netflix and all your platforms, hate to break it to you, newsflash, they're the future serial killers of this fucking country. Sorry, not sorry. That's the fact. And until you start to understand that, we're going to continue this bullshit cycle of children being destroyed. And it's disgusting. It needs to stop. And I'm done. I'm so fed up with this shit.
Alrighty. Well,
Ending on a happy note.
I don't know how else to finish that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's something. I mean, it just sort of happened as far as that, because I just remember that whole thing about cuties. But yeah, the film is still up there. I was just reading something that they so there's this Matt Schaefer who is politician, Texas state representative Matt Schaefer he tweeted, Netflix Incorporated indicted by grand jury in Tyler Company, Texas, for promoting material in Cuties film which depicts lewd exhibition of pubic area of a clothed or partially clothed child who was younger than 18 years of age, which appeals to the prurient interest in sex. So they had a whole thing. This is October 6th, 2020.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm trying to see if they did anything after that, but yeah. Speaking of Netflix, I was actually thinking of putting my account on hold because I got a notification that they were raising I thought we were only $8.99 or $9.99, and then I got a message like we're gonna be paying $13.99, and I'm like, what the hell?
Wait, for standard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, I'm putting it on hold, bro.
Yeah, and I'm like,
screw
dude,
that.
Unless you are grandfathered in.
Right. I paid $14.99 for HBO Max, and I get my money's worth there because I'm getting new movies every month now.
And we get the Criterion collection.
Right. And Netflix, aside from Cobra Kai that I need to finish season 3, there's nothing. Oh, I guess that there is the new Space Sweepers. That's already up there.
Oh, look out.
That looks good, actually.
Who the fuck cares? All you got, fuck you, Netflix. All you got is fucking Stranger Things and Cobra Kai. Fuck you.
Well, I didn't realize. So, like, unless you're grandfathered into what? What do you mean?
Like
so
if
if
you're
you're
like a long time,
grandfathered in, you're not getting that price hike, but they'll bust you in because they gave me, from what I understand, because I've been there for years, they gave me the reducted price. I'm not doing that,
Well, if it goes up to 13 for me, I'll probably just cancel that and get HBO Max because I'd rather pay that amount for Netflix on HBO Max because of the stuff they got. So Yeah, that's kind of weird. Hopefully I'm grandfathered in. I've been with them since before I graduated high school, so I mean it's been a long time.
Exactly.
You know, I've had them a long time.
Did we
So
talk about this like in October or November or something like that?
What?
They're gonna hike up the prices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Not like this.
Let me
yeah,
see.
I guess we didn't realize like, oh, it's happening. To
I
everyone.
mean, us lowly fucks on this lowly podcast, but
Price
fuck 'em,
increase
fuck 'em,
2021. I'm looking it up right now because that's just strange.
because it may be just the fact that they wanted me to stay. That could be possible, but I'm not doing it.
Yeah, so there's this thing in streaming services. So they call it churn. The churn rate, churn, CHURN. So this is what they refer to as, so the churn rate. How does Netflix calculate churn? So basically, go
sorry,
ahead.
I'm looking at it says this is premium plan will be priced $13.99 a month from February, and then standard plan remains at $9.99.
So I guess I have premium then. Jeez Louise.
Premium
Either
used
way,
to
they
be-
can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, says the company had already bumped the prices in the US, where a premium plan is $17.99 and a standard plan is $13.99. Oh, so it is gonna go.
Yep.
They go up $4.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And you can get HBO Max for that.
Yeah, dude. For $1 more, I can get HBO Max. With
Like,
like,
it's
forget that.
because we had this discussion at our job. They're not producing high quality content.
They got the documentaries, and that's about it at this point.
That's it. The documentaries and Stranger Things. That's it. You
Yeah.
can only rest on your laurels and Stranger Things for so long until the bottom falls out. They look what they did. They copied HBO Max, for Christ's sake, with this. Oh, we got a new movie every fucking month. Yeah, they're garbage movies. No one fucking cares about.
Oh, hey, I actually just realized I have Netflix through my phone plan for free. So, hey, lol. I don't have to worry about that.
Good. Fuck the system. Good for you. That's what should happen. But for the people that are paying, fuck them.
Yeah.
They don't. They're like, they've had this stranglehold on humanity for far too long.
Well, they're having a. I mean, I get it. I get why. I mean, they're having a hard time competing with these new contenders, man. They are, and they're gonna have to do something. So
last
All I know-
year, the highest streamed show. Did you guys guess was the highest streamed show was last year?
Stranger
I don't know.
History of cuss words.
Nope.
Taco Chronicles.
Yeah. It's probably Taco Chronicles.
Nope.
Show?
Show.
Probably The Crown, right?
Nope.
Really?
The
Bridgerton?
Office. The Office.
Oh, and it's gone.
By far the most streamed TV show in 2020.
That sucks, dog.
A show that has been over for years now,
And
Yep.
and they had it until, of course, it's now on NBC's Peacock streaming service. Last year, Americans cumulatively streamed more than 57 billion minutes of The Office. 57 billion minutes.
Hey, man, I'm sure my wife was at least half of that. That show was always on in my house.
My God.
Is it really that funny?
No,
It is.
It's not. No,
it is funny, and that's why Peacock took it, because they knew that it was that funny.
They
I mean,
knew.
I
However,
saw the British version.
however,
I saw the British version, and I thought that was funny. So, but I do like British humor, so.
but you do understand the same man did the same show. So
Is it right? Is it the same guy?
Yeah, because Ricky Gervais was a front runner of the American Office. So
And they had to get his permission. So
yeah, like they literally had to say, "Please,
Yeah,
sir,
that was
can we
his
take
creation,
your
right?
office from
Ricky.
you?"
yeah, he created that. Yep.
Exactly. Ricky Gervais and what's his other lengthy? It was him and the lengthy fucking glasses, googly-eyed fuck. Stephen Merchant. It was him and Stephen Merchant that created the shit. So they sold it to NBC, and NBC, not only did they sell it, they sold it under conditions, and that's why The Office blew up the way they did, because, you know, you had to do it not British, but British, you know.
Here's the
So
other. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
so you guys keep saying like Netflix doesn't have much going for them. Well, according to this, they have a lot going for them. So the top streaming content of 2020, this is acquired series. Okay, this is not Netflix originals. So they just acquire these series so that they can show it there. This was last year, of course. The Office was number 1. Number 2 is Grey's Anatomy. Number 3 is Criminal Minds. Number 4 is NCIS.
Oh,
5 is 5 is Schitt's Creek. 6 is Supernatural. 7 is Shameless. 8 is New Girl. 9 is The Blacklist. 10 is The Vampire Diaries. All
Huh.
Netflix.
Huh.
Top
Huh.
top streaming content of 2020 original series. Number 1 is Ozark. Number 2 is Lucifer. Number 3 is The Crown. Number 4 is Tiger King. All on Netflix. The Umbrella
Excuse
Academy.
me.
The
Lucifer
Great British-
doesn't count because it came from another company, so it's not Netflix.
The what?
Lucifer doesn't count. It came from another company. It doesn't. It's not.
Well, it's
Netflix bought it.
bought it.
So.
Yeah, Netflix
That's
bought
fine.
it.
That's fine, but
That's why they're now putting it in the original series here.
it's not an original series, though. Let's just put that on record. I'm
So
just saying. Let's put that on record. It's not a Netflix. It's not a Netflix original.
technically, it wasn't, but now it is.
Semantics. It still isn't original.
So out of 10 shows in original content, 9 for Netflix, 1 for Disney Plus, The Mandalorian, which was top 5. And then you've got streaming content movies. Disney Plus has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Netflix has 3. So Netflix, as far as you know, and that's why they're still making cranking out that original content because they're
Exactly. And what did I say? What was the key word that I said?
right.
Stranglehold.
But then-
Stranglehold.
But what I'm saying is they also still have a grab of other acquired series because they know people will watch that. So
That's why I said the stranglehold needs to go out.
Yeah.
It's the same mentality with YouTube. No one can compete with YouTube. No one can do it. Twitch tried, Amazon
Is on
tried.
its way.
They all tried. No one can do it. That does not mean that come a time, Netflix is the YouTube of that era, of that genre of streaming. That does not mean there won't come a time where someone will break down the kneecaps. So that's all I'm saying.
right. Yep. Alrighty. Well, that's pretty much it for this show. Unless you guys have anything else. Oh, I did watch Underwater
Oh,
with Kristen Stewart
fantastic.
on HBO Max. That was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Wait, there's a movie that's Kristen Stewart's actually good at.
Yeah, it's called.
Okay, so real quick, this is another horror for all my HP Lovecraft fans out there.
Oh, okay. It's an
Watch
H.P. Lovecraft movie.
Underwater because it is a love letter to HP Lovecraft. Yes, there's a movie that Kristen Stewart is good in, Kuya. It's
Nice.
Underwater. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's really, man, it if you don't like deep water, like I don't like deep water. Holy shit.
Claustrophobia.
And claustrophobia. I mean, I guess I'm okay with that, but the deep water aspect, like, holy shit, they're all the way in deep water. I'm like, geez, geez, Louise. But it's a fantastic movie.
It's
Also,
very underrated.
also to mention, Kristen Stewart will be playing Princess Diana, and in that still that they released, it looks nothing like Kristen Stewart. And I keep looking at it, and I can't see Kristen Stewart. I can see Princess Diana in a film, so that'll be fascinating.
How is she gonna fake the British accent?
It's called acting, my friend.
She's not an actress.
Oh wow, says you. Sure.
Ooh, damn, that's heat. Like,
I mean,
damn.
You know what you sound
I
like?
mean,
You
one,
sound
one,
like
one, one out of 1 out of 6 isn't really a fucking good,
one out of
track
six.
record.
What?
Movies
Yeah,
that
what?
she's good at.
You're telling me she only has made 6 movies?
I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Then don't knock until you try it. Watch her
Okay,
other
then
films.
go IMDb Kristen Stewart and let's see.
That's
Like
why
if she
you're
was.
telling me an actress
Okay.
who's been acting since she was a kid has only had 6 movies.
All right.
Hold on.
She has.
Go on.
Let's see.
She just had like a movie on Hulu as well.
So let's look. Charlie's Angels, Twilight, Happiest Season, Underwater,
Okay.
and we can view 45 more. So
All right. So one out
Snow
of
White and the
whatever.
Huntsman,
Oh,
Twilight.
did you guys
series.
like that one? Snow White and the Huntsman.
She was good in American Ultra. I'll give you
American Ultra,
like American Ultra. She was fantastic.
So 2 out of
Panic
45.
Room, she
The
was pretty good.
Runaways, The
I
Messenger.
didn't.
Underwater, I have to give her because she really did a good job in that. Like, and I'm not even a Kristen Stewart fan. Adventureland wasn't bad.
She's like for me she's like Captain Karen stiff to me. Like when it
Ooh,
comes to
Peak
acting.
Manor.
I wouldn't put her on that. Ooh,
That's how I put it. I'm like,
okay.
call me a hater, but that's how I see it.
Jeez.
No, I don't call you a hater. I
If
just
if you guys are
you put her on
I'll
the
watch
same
Underwater.
level as Bree, really?
No, I'm gonna watch Underwater because you guys recommended it. I'll watch it, and we'll see. And then the Princess Diana movie, I don't know how the fuck she's gonna pull off a British accent, but so be it. So we'll see.
I don't care about the Princess Diana movie. You know who H.P. Lovecraft is, don't you, Kuya?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Then you're gonna enjoy. You're not gonna love it, but you will enjoy
She
Underwater.
was really good in that. She was really
Like,
good in
it's-
Underwater.
Okay, all right. I'll take your guys' word for it.
Yeah.
But
On a side note, before we go off the air, Kuya, how'd you like Nemesis?
like I said on off like in our chat, like it was very 90s. If the director Albert Pion, right? Pion.
Yep.
Albert Pion had the budget of Marvel movies, MCU movies. This would have been a fantastic fucking movie. Like to be honest with you, like I you know is it Olivier or is it Oliver? It's just Oliver, right?
Oliver, yeah.
Yeah, he's yeah he was like the
He
Jean
was
Claude.
the 90s standard of action hero, like B movie action hero.
Yeah,
He was the
because
standard.
like he was trying. People are trying to look for the next Jean Claude Van Damme, and I
Yeah.
believe because he has a French accent, it was like, oh yeah, you could be the guy. Whatever. I've seen him. in a couple of kickboxer movies. If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. So he
Like
was
him, Don the Dragon Wilson, and Billy Blanks were all three competing for
for
supremacy for B
the
movie
next
actor
yeah
of the 90s.
yeah.
So I understand where you're coming from, but
No, but
I just
like
want to ask one question.
yes, sir.
Did you notice who was the mega star in that movie who wasn't famous there? He
Fuck,
became the Punisher as a hint.
oh, are you serious? He was there?
Yeah. Thomas Jane was in that movie.
No way. As
Yes.
what? Who was he?
Remember the scene where he was in there having sex with the robot in the hotel?
Uh-huh.
The guy that got killed?
Oh
That
shit.
was Tom Jane. a young Tom Jane, but that was him. You can look it up. It was him.
Holy sh!
Yep. That's
Well,
that's one of the big reasons why I wanted you to see it, because you know that's him. Go back
Wow.
and see it. It's him, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna have to prop up fucking Amazon again and fucking watch it.
Yep.
what film is this again?
Nemesis.
On
It's
Amazon?
it's a fantastic, yes, on Amazon.
Okay.
Fantastic 90s popcorn sci-fi action film.
Yeah, it's
It has a
it's-
young Tom Jane Punisher in there, and it also has my boy Tim Thomerson, aka Dollman.
Yep.
Whew.
and
Love
the big old Hawaiian guy that plays the bad guy all the time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, him. But I mean, like recently he's became like the nice uncle Hawaiian guy.
Wasn't he in Hawaii 5-0 as well?
Yeah, I think he was like in the movie, right? Not the
Yeah.
Um,
I highly so that that we mentioned on it. A high recommendation for all those out there. Nemesis.
Yep.
You'll see it on your Amazon. You'll probably see 2, 3. Avoid those. Nemesis. One.
Olivier Gruner.
Yep, that's the one.
Yep.
In the future, it pays to be more than human. Alex, a burned out LA cyborg cop, is forced by Commissioner Farnsworth to find his former cyborg partner and lover, Jared, who's about to deliver sensitive data to cyborg terrorists who wish to wage war against humans.
Yep.
See, how could you not? My boy Mike just sold that perfectly. How could you not want to see that?
Look what's on Amazon Prime too. Johnny, I've never seen Johnny Mnemonic.
Really?
Go watch it.
No.
Go watch it, bro.
Oh, you
Yeah.
okay?
You have to watch it.
Okay.
Virtuosity.
Please,
Virtuosity.
do me a favor. Do me a favor, Mike. I
Yeah.
beg you. I beg you. Do a double feature of Nemesis and Johnny Mnemonic. You will be a new person. I promise you.
Johnny Mnemonic.
That one's for you too, Jester. Do that, please. I beg you to, please.
Literally carrying a secret stash of information inside his head. Data courier Johnny must race against time to acquire the passwords he needs to save himself, all while being hunted by a gangster and a businessman for the data in his mind.
It was Cyberpunk 2077 before Cyberpunk 2077 was
Yes.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes.
There's a lot of sci-fi here on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It is. And it's,
Pinhead, did you get a chance to see The Man from Nowhere yet?
no, I'm watching it tonight. I'm gonna have a double feature. I'm gonna
Okay.
watch that and the other one that was recommended. to me.
The and Marie, right? Malcolm and Marie.
Oh yes, oh, thank you, my
Okay.
girl, my
Look,
girl.
I found another. There's a movie. It's called Project Metal Beast.
Oh,
The
nice.
the font for Metal Beast is the exact font for Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, what?
But that's what you. Hey, wait until you get into movies like Manborg and Robo Vampire. Like those are great, dude.
Yeah. Oh, and if you want to see some sort of I guess horror movie, Pinhead, try to find I Saw the Devil.
I've already seen it, and it is a fantastic, brilliant.
You like it? You love it? You
It
love
is
it?
one of the best films of all time.
Thank you.
It is so beautifully brutal. Like it's fantastic. I've already seen it.
It's one of my favorite like movies too. Like I was just like,
Just
oh
so you
my
know,
god.
Kuya, hate
Huh?
to break this to you, they're remaking it.
What Hollywood is or oh
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Old boy style remake.
What Spike Lee?
He's not directing it, but
Because Spike, I hate it. I hate Spike Lee because he fucked up Old Boy. You know that, right?
I know. You don't
I
have
mean,
to tell me. Trust
Even though we got Elizabeth Olsen titties, which was fine.
oh,
Absolutely.
Thanos and Wanda.
Yeah, which
And
was
then-
like right.
Yep.
But he messed up the story, and like that's the reason the Old Boy was perfect was because of the story.
So before you guys need to understand, Kuya's 100% correct. If you want a nice, slow burn thriller that is maybe a more brutal version of Seven,
Yeah.
I Saw the Devil. I Saw the Devil is fantastic. It is one of the best. And before anybody asks me, you can see it on Tubi, 100% free. No obligations.
Absolutely
No,
Dude,
no,
I
no,
found
no subscriptions.
I found Robo Vampire.
Yes, yes, yes.
Dude, it's
That is,
freaking RoboCop.
I'm
Nar-
telling you,
narcotics
it's a
agent
treat.
Narcotics agent Tom Wilde is given a second chance at life after being shot and killed. In a futuristic experiment, Agent Wilde is returned to life as an android robot. He is sent on a very dangerous mission into the depths of the Golder Triangle to rescue Sophie, a beautiful undercover agent who has been captured by the evil drug warlord Mr. Young and his inhuman creation, the vampire beast.
One other movie on Amazon. I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon Prime. If I'm not mistaken, you can look. It is one of the best Golden Globus films ever made. Ninja 3, The Domination. This woman is not only beautiful, she works with the best shit she can work with, and she's fantastic. It's Flashdance meets Three Ninjas.
Oh,
I found
shit.
it. I found it. Ninja
There
3.
you go. There you go. That,
An evil ninja attempts to avenge his death from beyond the grave by possessing an innocent woman's body.
it is fantastic, dude. It is on levels. It's bad, but it's awesome. It's fantastic, dude. It's so
Oh,
great.
since you guys are watching or looking at Amazon, One Night in Miami is absolutely magnificent.
That movie was fantastic.
Go watch that one.
Regina King, I love you, girl. You continue to prove to me that you are one of the most top-notch people working in Hollywood right now. One
Yep.
Night in Miami, you're right. Fantastic film.
So
Especially the guy that played Malcolm X and the guy that played Sam Cooke.
Leon Bridges.
Sam Cooke was fucking phenomenal.
Leon Bridges played Sam Cooke, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, he was his voice. God, because I love.
No, I'm sorry, Leslie Odom Jr. I'm sorry.
From Hamilton.
Yeah, from Hamilton. Leslie Odom Jr. was the guy that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I've just been adding those movies on my watch list.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I know we were we're rambling, but the One Night
fine.
in Miami is fantastic. Like the guy that plays, if he doesn't get nominated for something, I don't know why. Because I love Sam Cooke, and this guy embodies him. So
Wow. Well, so much content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great cast. Remember the front desk guy in John Wick? He's in this movie.
Oh, he's awesome. The concierge
The concierge, yeah.
in John Wick.
what? And one more, because I put this, and this is on my Instagram page. The Vast of Night. That is on if I'm not mistaken, Amazon Prime as well, and it's an original. It is a great sci-fi mystery. It's fantastic. It feels like a Twilight Zone episode. And I love the Twilight Zone. So, and I'll leave it there. I'm not going to do any more of that.
In the twilight of the 1950s, and on one fateful night in New Mexico, a young switchboard operator, Faye, and charismatic radio DJ, Everett, discover a strange audio frequency that could change their small town and the future forever.
It is fantastic.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, Amazon Prime has so much content.
Yeah, that's
Like,
oh man, that's
It-
why
it-
I'm like gonna pull back from Netflix.
No, the issue I have with Amazon Prime is their UI sucks.
Yeah, the
user interface.
navigation.
It does. You're right. It does.
Once you like find like the like whatever, like if you search for keywords or whatever, you're gonna find gold mines of stuff.
You will.
Yeah, because the thing here is it'll show you movies that are not on Prime, so that means you have to rent it or buy it, or you have to pay. Like, just show me the movies that's included with Prime, so that I know that I can watch all of those. Don't tease me with like showing me RoboCop 3 when I can only watch RoboCop 1 and 2.
Yep.
Man, you know what, Mike? I love you because you stand your ground with RoboCop 3, just like I do with RoboCop. So I respect it. I respect it.
What
Oh,
you
by
don't
the
like?
way,
You don't like flying RoboCop?
I fucking hate RoboCop 3.
I
But
fucking-
as much as I hate RoboCop 3, I respect his love for fucking RoboCop 3. You want to know why? Because he explains it to be the same way I have explained to him how I grew up with RoboCop 1. He grew up with RoboCop 3. That was the first one he saw. I hate the fucking film, but I understand it because that was what he grew up with.
Yep.
If he
There
had
was
grew
a
up
vibe.
with RoboCop 1 like I did with my fucking depraved fucking lunatic mother at the time,
Mhm.
she's a great woman now, but she was a lunatic then, let me watch shit like this, like that in Hellraiser. He would have said, fuck RoboCop 3, okay? So I understand where he's coming from. We're just on two different ends of the spectrum, okay? But I respect it. I respect it. I do. I do. I fucking hate RoboCop 3, but I respect that he loves it. I really do.
I love it. I love it. All righty. Well, man, we
This was a good night.
yeah, this is a pretty good,
This was an awesome episode.
interesting episode.
We got deep, we got happy, we did all the fucking shit. Like,
Hey, we reached the full spectrum of
Jester, do you
did.
have any recommendations? For like,
I know, like poor Jester.
cause, all of us are just recommending stuff, and
Yeah, you guys are having a
It's sitting in
circle
his
jerk
corner.
over there, and I'm just sitting off of the sidelines.
My poor baby.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm currently. I just finished season 5 of The Expanse.
Oof.
The finale
How
was.
was that?
It was good.
Did it end the way you wanted it to end?
They set up season 6 pretty well. But the interesting thing is they took care of Alex's character in this season instead of the next season, which was surprised about. And they did it in a way that was good. It was weird, but it was good, and it fits, I guess. So it doesn't seem out of place, and so I'm thankful for that. But it was good. It was fun to watch. I was excited to see it every week. But no, I've been watching that. Apparently, like I thought I finished Vikings, but I didn't. So
Really?
yeah, so I'm I'm still watching that now. Which is weird. I don't know why. Like it was probably because they were releasing episodes every week,
yeah.
and I didn't realize that. So I'm catching up on that now.
Oh,
That's funny because you recommended it to me, and you're like, it's over.
Yeah, I know, dude. I thought it was.
I was.
And I was like, well, that ending was all right, but it was good still.
Yeah, I know.
It's like
That's hilarious.
It's like episode 3, dude. I'm like, wait, what?
Wait,
But it's all
two
good.
things. Rest in peace, Christopher Plummer.
Oh yes, Plumber.
indeed,
Like
indeed.
one of the most like one of the best actors ever. Right.
Captain Von Trapp.
Yep. Sound of Music. Fucking what was that? He played in Star Trek, right? He played. Is it 6?
Yes, he did. Don't get me started.
No, but like he played that masterfully. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
And
he was,
you
he
know,
was
like
fun.
his other movies, and like he did voiceovers, and he's a theater actor. He did Shakespeare and all that stuff. So
Wasn't he
So-
in Knives
much
Out?
love. Yeah,
Yep, he was in Knives Out.
The
Yeah,
last
he was,
one.
yeah.
One of the last
So-
movies.
Let's just so we can do this. We can, and we're not gonna go over all of it, but we can give him respect. The Sound of Music,
Yep.
Knives Out.
Sure.
One of my personal favorites, The Insider.
Yep.
Up,
Yep.
The Last Stallion, National Treasure.
Yeah, he was the grandfather, right?
Oh.
Yeah, very first movie. He was very brief, but yeah.
Star Trek, he was in The Undiscovered Country.
Undiscovered Country. Yep.
That was the one he was in. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which I loved that adaptation. It's One of the
It's one of
few
right,
remakes that works.
right. It's one of the good ones. Thank
The,
goodness.
the girl with a dragon tattoo remake is on the level with John Carpenter's thing, and I'll leave it at that.
Mm.
He was an Inside Man. Ooh,
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was the bad guy, or he was the
That's-
bank owner. The bank owner.
He was in 12 Monkeys.
Yep.
And that's just and the Return of the Pink Panther, and that's just a list of. Oh, he was in Malcolm X.
Yep. He
Ooh,
was
I didn't
he
remember
was the
that.
priest.
Oh, that's right. So
Spike Lee loved him, and he loved Spike Lee.
That's right. And I'll leave it on this note. Biased. He was in Dracula 2000.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, one of the fucking great 2000 horror films. So Christopher Plummer, we love you. We
Mhm.
will miss you. You were great, man.
And the second thing is, I found a diamond in the rough here in Amazon Prime. The Beastmaster.
Oh,
This is
you
like
know, you did that for me. You know you did
this
that
is one
for
of my favorite, like growing up, like watching this in the Philippines, because
So
because
not
it's PG Conan. It's
so I'll say this right now. Oh man. So I'm glad you brought this up. This is Don Coscarelli's second best film. What's the other one? Phantasm. So there you go.
high five.
Yeah, because Don Coscarelli directed Beastmaster. So you
Oh,
know.
did he?
Yes, that's his baby. My boy from Phantasm, that's his baby. Yes.
Man, look at this.
Yeah, Don
Mark
Coscarelli.
Singer, Tanya Roberts, Rip Torn, John Amos.
So, like I said, his second best film because, like I said, Phantasm is his greatest work, but that is a Don Coscarelli film. So,
Yeah, but like growing up, I loved I wanted to get like ferrets for pets. You know what I mean?
that's awesome.
Because of this movie. But like it was good. Like I liked it when I was a kid. I'm gonna watch it again sometime. Maybe on Monday or something. Just to feel the nostalgia. And watch me cringe because like, oh god, those effects sucks balls.
They did, but they were the best
But
at
we'll
what
see.
they were.
So speaking of Beastmaster, you know what else is on Amazon Prime?
What's up?
Masters of the Universe.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
I need to see that whole movie though. I haven't seen the whole thing.
You haven't seen that?
Not the whole thing. Not the whole
Man,
thing.
that's
You're
it's the
in for a
weirdest
treat,
thing
man.
because you see a rubber faced skeleton
Yeah.
playing the bad guy. I was
who's
just like,
that? And who's that rubber face skeleton for the
Ah.
audience?
Frank Langella.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Frank
That
Langella.
I know.
oh man.
Ugh.
Oh, Star Trek Beyond is in this.
Yeah, it's
Is in
there.
Prime.
Oh, fuck that bullshit.
But,
Fucking
oh,
Kelvin timeline bullshit.
I'll watch that Star Trek.
I hate that more than John Cena. I fucking hate that more than John Cena.
Hey,
That
bro,
Kelvin timeline bullshit.
I like those movies. Damn it.
Fuck them.
Timeline. Well, that's what got me into Star Trek because I was like, feels like a lot like Star Wars.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah, that's the problem.
what are you
That's the
doing?
problem.
No, it does not.
Years, yeah, it does.
Yes,
No,
it
it
does,
doesn't.
and
Yes, it
that's
does.
why I hate them.
No, it doesn't. Get
Yes,
Yes,
outta
it
here.
does.
Oh my.
That's why
God.
it sucked in a lot of people like me.
That's why us true Star Trek fans hate him.
You see what J.J. Abrams was doing when he made that.
Don't
first
ask me.
Star Trek
Ask
movie?
Robert Meyer Burnett. You know, he'll tell you.
What
You-
are you?
you- You can see what J.J. Abrams was doing when he made that first Star Trek. He was like, I'm going to make the Star Trek. I'm going to make it feel like Star Wars. And then maybe years later, I can make Star Wars. Oh, yeah.
Oh, please don't.
With the lens
That
flare,
hurts
guys.
my-
Lens flare.
The
That
lens
hurts my
flares, and we're gonna make space wizards, but you know we're not.
Hey, I like
It
those
would have
movies.
worked if it was a different director. In my
No,
opinion.
no. It would have worked if he didn't go down the line of making Benedict Cumberbatch Khan.
What?
You know, that's where it would have worked.
Oh, he's not Khan. Oh, but when the
I
movie
know he's not Khan.
Oh.
He's Patrick.
He's
But
John
you
Harrison.
know, but he's kind of Khan. But he's not. You know. Shut the fuck
You
up.
didn't
Get
like
the
him as
fuck
Khan?
out.
Oh, I am calm.
Hey, I liked him as Khan too. I thought he's great.
I bet you did.
And then
Yeah.
he did this.
Come on, dude. I
You
thought
know,
that movie was
you know,
great.
You get Ricardo Montalban with that
Yeah,
great performance, and then you get I'm Khan.
I'm calm.
You know,
Yeah,
great.
but
And
they were
you
both good,
pointed
man.
your finger up to the air. That's great. Good for
Dude,
you.
They were both fantastic, and
Were they? Were they though?
yeah,
Were
yeah, they
though?
were. Yeah, they were, dude.
Were they though?
They were
though?
so good. I love both.
And
of
on that
them.
note, The Last Jedi was fantastic too. So,
Oh,
like seriously, if we're going down that road, The Last Jedi was fantastic then too.
Oh,
I love them both. I love.
I'm sure you do. You
Both of
loved
them.
Flying Leia, didn't you? Didn't you? You
I
loved
love
her,
Flying
didn't you?
Leia.
Mary Poppins, Leia.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
amazing.
Shut the fuck up.
I love
Mary
that.
Poppins,
Flying
Leia.
Leia.
I like.
Phony ass bitch.
I like Khan in the original Star Trek with in the show when he first appeared. That his whole dialogue with Bones was like, that's what made Bones my all-time favorite character, was that dialogue he had with him in that scene. When he woke up on the bed and he's gonna like slit his throat, and then Bones tells him how to do it instead of where he had it originally. All-time
Wow.
favorite scene, I think. But yeah, no, Cumberbatch was fantastic. I loved him in that movie. I really did. Thought he was great.
I need to watch Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan. I've never seen it.
I'll
Oh.
give you I'll let you borrow my copy.
It's good,
Okay.
man.
Do I
It's
need
good.
to watch Star Trek: The Motion Picture?
No,
I'll
I'm
give
not-
you I'll give you
No,
all of my.
no.
I'll let you borrow
So,
all of the original copies, and you can see how Star Trek is done correctly.
How does this all fit?
excluding the whales and all, but for the most part, it's done correctly.
Well,
hey, there's
hold
nothing
on.
wrong with whatchamacallit, Undiscovered, or not Undiscovered Country, but like Star Trek 4, man. The Voyage Home.
How does this all fit into the Kelvin timeline?
It doesn't.
It
It
doesn't,
doesn't.
yeah.
It doesn't. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because we'll be
So-
here for another 2 hours. Do we really have to go down this line? This is the Kelvin timeline, is the John Cena of Star Trek.
Hey,
Okay.
Pinhead,
I want Chris Pine, Kirk.
Pinhead, hold on. Okay. I know we're poking the bear. Hold on. So I want to ask you because, because I do want to ask you legit though. Should Mike, before watching the Wrath of Khan, should he watch the TV show on Netflix, the episodes at least with Khan, to kind of introduce that character? Because it helped me.
Yes, correct. Yes, you're correct on that.
Okay. Because that made a big difference for me.
Or just watch the one with Benedict Cumberbatch. It's the same.
Well, okay. Here's
it's not mandatory. You don't have to appreciate his character in Wrath of Khan for that. However,
it will help.
it will not only help, but it makes you appreciate why he's so angry with
Yes, sir.
Kirk.
Yeah.
You know what I liked about the new Star Trek movies?
Well, here
Scotty.
we go. Here we go.
Scotty was amazing.
I like Scotty. Yeah, he's cool.
Okay.
I like all of them.
Okay.
Carl Urban was cool as Bones too.
Okay. I like Scotty too, and Zoe Saldana was hot in it too. That's great. We're looking at trivial bullshit. It doesn't matter.
Because that new Star Trek trilogy felt a lot like Star Wars, and that's why I got sucked into it. I'm like, why am I buying these action figures? Oh, because there's no Star Wars right now, so I guess next best thing.
And see, for you, that's fine. That's fine. And I'm not being funny. But for guys like Jester over here who's poking the bear, he knows better. Stop the shit.
Dude,
Knock the shit off. If you're an original Star Trek fan and you go, "Oh, the Kelvin timeline's awesome,"
I'm
you're
not.
a fuckwit.
So I'm
Yeah.
not an original. I'm not an original fan. I like the originals a lot, but like Mike, I wasn't introduced to Star Trek until I saw the Kelvin timeline, first one with my dad in theaters, and then from there I asked him about like
Wow.
all the other ones, and then so I watched. He showed me that they were on Netflix, and I watched the entire show on Netflix, the original, and then I watched the original
Next gen.
movies.
So
And then
Jester,
Did
yeah,
you see the Next Generation?
so
I did,
Jester, let
yeah,
me.
uh-huh.
So we're on the topic. Which one's better, Empire Strikes Back or The Last Jedi?
Empire Strikes Back, obviously.
Oh, there we go. You just proved my point. There, the end of debate. Like,
So-
seriously, are we really going down that road?
But see, here's the funny thing.
Because
though,
the
to
Kelvin
me,
timeline is The Last Jedi, and this other shit is Empire Strikes Back. You just,
well,
do you not understand?
where Star Trek actually got me is the Next Generation is actually my favorite. Believe it or not.
Eh,
And
that's all right.
it should be. It
I
should
love it.
be because that's the most accessible. Next to the Kelvin timeline, the Star Trek: The Next Generation is the most accessible for newcomers. That's fine. That's where I got started.
But
Fine.
my
But
all-time.
when you start getting into the Kelvin timeline, well, by the way, the Kelvin timeline is actually pretty good because I'll tell you right here, because JJ, shut the fuck up. Get out of my face for that shit. I don't care if you like the Kelvin timeline. That's fine. But don't come to me and tell me, well, the Kelvin timeline is better than anything Gene Roddenberry ever did.
Oh, I don't think it's
Because-
better. No, I
well,
don't think it's better.
well, we
I
got
enjoy
that
it.
dissension there. And when I hear the Kelvin timeline is better than anything Gene Roddenberry ever did, shut the fuck up.
I said
You're garbage.
I said I enjoyed it. After watching the originals, I don't think it's better than the originals. But I think they're fun. And that's the thing that my all-time, like, the reason why my favorite Star Trek character is Bones is because of the original TV show.
Damn it, Jim!
He's
Damn it.
just so cool, man.
Damn
I'm
it,
a doctor,
Jim!
not a poor man.
He's just
Damn
so
it, Jim.
good, man. I love his
I'm a
character.
doctor, not a proctologist.
But you get. Damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor too. Hey, damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor.
I
And I
liked Carl Urban too. I thought he did a good job.
No, I like I said, I don't have a
He looks
problem.
better. He looks better in fucking in armor than fucking, like, you know, in a scientific suit, man. He doesn't look like a scientist or a doctor to me, dude. That guy was so buff.
I'll give you credit, but where you lost me was when you got the boy from Heroes to play Spock. That's where you lost me.
What?
Yeah, I thought he
you
did
know,
pretty good.
Oh, he's
Zachary Quinto, I love you, man. You were great in American Horror Story. You're actually pretty good in Nosferatu. As Spock, you're a fucking bum.
awesome.
You're the John Cena of Spock. You're a fucking bum.
I think I'm gonna watch those Star Treks tonight.
Interesting.
That sounds good. I want to watch.
Right.
those.
Like, with the eye. Interesting.
And you know what's even worse than the Kelvin timeline? The Discovery timeline. But that's for another.
Oh, hey,
That's for another
we could
debate.
have both agree on that. That's garbage.
You know, but they're strikingly close because Alex Kurtzman, you know, that's what pisses me off. And we'll end with this. That's what pisses me off. You Star Wars Space Wizards fans, you guys got Filoni and you got Favreau. Yeah. Okay, we get it.
We get
You
Kurtz.
got Ryan Johnson. You got one. You got one. At least you got Filoni and Favreau. We got Kurtzman. Oh, that's a genius right there. You know, we got Lindelof. Oh, look at that. Watch out. You know, two hacks that couldn't write their way out of a fucking wet paper towel. And then you guys come to us and complain to us about how bad Star Wars is. Get the fuck out.
I like Deep Space Nine. That was my favorite.
Yeah, that was so boring, dog.
Oh, really?
I sorry.
Oh,
bro.
man, me and you, we might
I'm
go
sorry.
to Mortal Kombat tomorrow. Really?
I'm
Deep Space
sorry.
Nine is the greatest fucking Star Trek since fucking Next Generation.
I just
listen
didn't do
to
it
the
for
guy.
me. It just didn't do it for
You're
me.
just
man.
racist
You're
because
a
the captain's
racist.
black.
That's why.
No, I'm not.
I'm just kidding. Come on.
Right?
I'm just kidding.
See,
But
that was an automatic response because that's what we
It
we
is.
tell, like,
It really is. It really
people
is.
that
but-
hate it.
Really? Why is that?
No, it's like, oh, you fucking racist because Captain Sisko's black.
Exactly.
that's
because
stupid.
contrary to the popular belief to all these progressives, she's not the first black person to ever step foot on the Starship Enterprise. Oh,
Oh no.
you know, look out! Oh, she's not the first black captain, and she's not the first black woman to step on the Starship Enterprise. But we strike up the band for her.
Yeah.
This is where the problems come in. I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting pissed off. I'm getting to that point where I want to. This pisses me off more than John Cena because it's egregious. It's nonsensical. It's patently nonsense. It's garbage.
So,
But you know they're great.
when I search for Star Trek on Netflix, it gives me all the Star Trek content. Okay, and then I've got Space Force, Stargate, Singularity, all sci-fi, Twilight Zone, Alien Worlds, Lost in Space, Jupiter Ascending, Dark Matter, Aftermath, Love, Death, and Robots, and then Demi Moore's Striptease. I don't know.
Nice.
Wow.
Hey, because like it's science fiction that her titties were like that pointy in that movie.
I will say this one thing. Stargate SG-1 is better than Star Trek. Oh God.
Whoa, are you
Ooh,
really?
What?
Yes, it is
I don't-
way
I love
better.
that Stargate
I don't
film.
even believe that, dude. I love SG-1 too, and I don't believe that.
It is. It's better. It's way better than Star Trek because
Damn, bro.
Pinhead. What was the name of that?
I know. Oh,
No.
I'm getting
What's
shot
the
there.
what's the name of that show with Edward James Olmos as the captain?
I don't know. Oh, it's wait, hold on, because that's better than Star Trek too. But
Yeah, that one
wait,
was amazing.
hold on. And it has this girl named, I think her name's Sackhoff is her last
Or
name.
Battles Galactica.
Oh yeah, that's
Wait.
right, Battlestar Galactica. That's right.
Is this really Battlestar?
That's
Galactica?
better than Star Trek.
Really?
Really?
Wait, shit.
That was the one.
I need to see that.
I know, shots fired. I know. So I'm sorry. I know you I know. I get it.
But you know-
SG-1 is better, and Battlestar Galactica is leaps and bounds better.
You know
than
what
Star
it is about Battlestar Galactica was that crazy story with it was an intense story. It really was.
It wasn't just that. It was the fact that they did an intense story. They took one of the most cheesy fucking ho-hum egregious like sci-fi miniseries of all time and made it into a real sci-fi series
Yeah.
that you could think about.
What was the other one? Pinhead, like in the 90s, like another sci-fi show. God.
Stargate Atlantis.
No.
Hell no.
No, not that one. It was in space also, but like it wasn't Battlestar Galactica. It was
I
something
hope
else.
you're not talking about a 5.
No.
Okay.
It was another ship also. God, I can't remember the name.
Earth Above and Beyond?
No. That's not it.
Okay.
It was. I think the name of the show was the name of the ship. I just can't remember. But like
In the 90s?
yeah, 90s, 2000s, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you're going down that Firefly.
Firefly.
No. Not Joss Whedon's shit. So even though it was a great series, but no.
So before Firefly, correct?
Yeah, before Firefly. Yeah, definitely.
That
Oh,
one's
are you talking about Lost in Space?
No.
that was way in the
That was 70s, right?
Yeah. Oh, that was 60s.
60s. Yeah.
60s? Wow.
Yep.
All right.
I'll send it to you guys like on the
Yeah,
thing whenever, if I remember.
because beyond Babylon 5 and Space Above and Beyond, beyond Star Trek, there was no real
Wait, what did you say the first one? Babylon 5?
Babylon 5.
Maybe
There was
that's the
Space
one.
Above and Beyond.
That's the one about the ship, right? Like the name of the ship is Babylon 5.
Yeah, the name of the ship is Babylon 5. That's why I said the one about 5 is. It's
Yeah.
currently on HBO Max, as a matter of fact.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's
shit.
right.
That's interesting.
They just added it recently.
Oh, and another one that I enjoyed when I was like younger was Sequest DSV. The one in the ocean.
I
Like, in the
only
future.
enjoyed that because of the young man who unfortunately ended up killing himself later
Yeah.
on down the line. What
Yeah.
was his name? Michael Brandis.
Yeah.
I think he was fantastic on that show. You know,
It was such a knock.
Ladybugs.
Yeah, it was such a knockoff to the next generation because
And
it
I'll
was
add one onto that. Thunder in Paradise.
Thunder in
Woo!
Paradise was good.
Thunder in my pants. What was that?
Okay. Huh?
Thunder in my pants.
No, Thunder in Paradise.
No,
and
no,
I hope-
that was Mike's nickname.
Okay, I'm done.
Wow. Oh boy.
The listeners are really gonna enjoy this fucking podcast because we've hit the whole fucking spectrum. We went from happy, sad, depressing, happy, angry, happy again. Like
Really angry. And then really angry.
That's if they even
this
make it.
might
this
be
far,
our
man.
greatest podcast to date.
Yeah, if only people listen to it
Yeah. If they only get this far.
or get this far.
Yeah.
Hey man, whatever.
Oh,
Hey, we didn't even talk about like the trailer for coming to America 2. Shit.
Thank
No, we
God
didn't.
we did.
It was that
Bro.
forgettable, I guess.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You can watch my review on Instagram, you know, Pinhead198. You can check my review on Coming to America trailer, and there you go.
Yeah, they just need to stop with
I'm
with
just not
fucking-
excited, man. I didn't even laugh at that trailer.
Neither did I.
'cause it's not rated R, man.
It's not even just about that. It's infantile.
Good morning,
PG
neighbors.
Like
Good morning,
the Roy-
neighbors. How are you?
the royal penis is clean joke in that is just the royal machete at the end. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
that because that is their royal
Circumcision.
penis is clean joke at the end. Like
yeah, we
because
can't
they can't do
we
that.
can't have the girls like washing penises anymore. 'cause
exactly, it's not rated R. So
Yeah.
we got this old crusty fucking Stephen King villain. Like he looks like a fucking old crusty Stephen King, a villain out of a Stephen King novel, but he's in a comedy. Okay, whatever.
All right.
All
Follow
right.
us on our socials. So
Yeah. If you even made it this far, we
All
love
you need to do if you've made it this far, just follow Sequester Jester. Just bomb him.
Please.
yeah, he has excellent TikTok content.
Yeah. Right, dude.
He does. No, he does.
Yeah.
Like that's no joke.
That barista one was. I was just like, wait, I have to rewatch that shit. What did he say?
Full disclosure, if you don't stop doing that shit, I might actually make my own TikTok. So
I'm not, dude. I made it a goal. I'm gonna do one every Monday.
There you go.
hell
So,
no.
yeah, I got another one coming Monday.
There you go.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Thank you guys for listening. If you've gotten this far, there's no
Good-
prize.
Good for you. Good for you. And
I'll tell you, I love you. I mean, that's a prize. I hope.
Gold star.
Your prize is you get this shooting the shit content, which
I think this is our best content. Like honestly, like I think we work better if we feed off of each other and shit. So.
Yeah. That's
well, I
true.
was thinking like shit. I should have thought that through. When when Pinhead does his review, I didn't expect it to get so like dark and depressing. Like holy shit! And I'm like, what the fuck are we gonna talk about now? How do you end
Well,
it?
No, I
I
mean,
didn't
but it was
expect to go
it was
down
a
that road
serious
either, but-
thing. Yeah,
Right.
that was a
But
serious ass
I
documentary.
I
Man.
had to do that because it was an important thing that like it wasn't like
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
bombarded you guys with, I'll stand aside in the Mandalorian and then talk shit. Like this was actually an important thing that I really wanted pushed out there.
Oh
And
yeah.
I
yeah.
think that this is important for the podcast.
Of course. It's just I just wanted to thinking about it. I always want to try to balance things out, and like how do you end it from that? But hey, we do our best when we're shooting the shit, aside from having notes and
We're amateurs at this.
Yeah,
Come on.
dude. We don't even know what we're doing.
Seriously.
We're on here to have fun,
We
really.
ain't
at this
Joe
point.
Rogan. Come on.
we're
Even
not.
Joe-
What the hell?
Wait, Even Joe Rogan says like nonsensical.
Okay, I
shit.
take that back. We're not Joe Rogan. We're
Thank
better
God.
than you.
Fucking-
We're
But I'm
just
not
having-
gonna. Yeah,
we're
we're
just
not
four
gonna pick
guys
a fight
having
with
fun.
Joe Rogan because he'll kick our ass. But
Yeah.
you know, we're whatever.
So who knows? I mean, by the time we end this, we may have surpassed our longest episode to date. It seems.
I know, right? I think
Oh,
so.
wow.
But hey, we'll see. It is Super Bowl Sunday officially as we record this. So I'm looking forward to seeing some cool ads, maybe some funny ones, some positive, uplifting ones. There is word that we might get a spot or perhaps an HBO Max collaboration spot of upcoming stuff with a new glimpse at Zack Snyder's Justice League. So hopefully,
Are we gonna do a reaction afterwards?
if people are up for it, if you guys are up for it, then
I'm down. I'm
if
down.
not, then I'm gonna do something.
I'll do one. Yeah, I'll do a reaction with you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll figure it out then.
I would be more than happy to do a reaction.
Dude,
I can't wait.
all we gotta do is screen share on here, man. And we can
Yeah.
all watch it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for listening. And till next time, we'll be shooting the shit again.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye bye.